So good, so granny, I be saying, Edu ye, bremu, dem maya, sa se udo, tum se. Oh my no, yes I'm now, oh my for running check. Oh my no, oh my no, yes I'm now, oh my for running check.
Yeah. Party A, party B, and my hobby, and my own cause of brutality. We for this strong for humanity. Now this fights we the fight should be against poverty. Yeah. God bless our homeland Ghana, make it great and strong. Free say any baby Araco, baby any home.
At the general, we need peace in the mother Ghana, so who no put on the gun and lift the banner higher. Now make the politician tell you no lie, think twice and remember we are one nation. Election I think one smoothly, vote wisely and never act funny. Now all of me bomb my day and you me fair. Let's live together.
We're preaching peace and unity, more love to humanity. Many of us can't afford to lose, cause all they have is our family.
Si me se bra, minka wasembi, sikanti, and comprini will be a chink of us and my
say any baby Araco, baby any home.
At the general, we need peace in the mother Ghana, so who no put on the gun and lift the banner higher. Now make the politician tell you no lie, think twice and remember we are one nation. Election I think one smoothly, vote wisely and never act funny. Now all of me bomb my day and you me fair. Let's live together.
We're preaching peace and unity, more love to humanity. Many of us can't afford to lose, cause all they have is our family.
Si me se bra, minka wasembi, sikanti, and comprini will be a chink of us and my
say any baby Araco, baby any home.
At the general, we need peace in the mother Ghana, so who no put on the gun and lift the banner higher. Now make the politician tell you no lie, think twice and remember we are one nation. Election I think one smoothly, vote wisely and never act funny. Now all of me bomb my day and you me fair. Let's live together.
We're preaching peace and unity, more love to humanity. Many of us can't afford to lose, cause all they have is our family.
Si me se bra, minka wasembi, sikanti, and comprini will be a chink of us and my
say any baby Araco, baby any home.
At the general, we need peace in the mother Ghana, so who no put on the gun and lift the banner higher. Now make the politician tell you no lie, think twice and remember we are one nation. Election I think one smoothly, vote wisely and never act funny. Now all of me bomb my day and you me fair. Let's live together.
We're preaching peace and unity, more love to humanity.
general, we need peace in a mother Ghana. So who no put on the gun and lift the banner higher. Now make the politician tell you no lie, think twice and remember we are one nation. Election I fake one smoothly, vote wisely and never act funny. Now all of me bomb my day and you me man fair. Let's live together.
We're preaching peace and unity, more love to humanity. Many of us can't afford to lose, cause all they have is our family. See me say bra, minka wasembi, sikanti and koprini obiati kofa.
Say any baby arako, baby any home.
And in general, we need peace in a mother Ghana. So who no put on the gun and lift the banner higher. Now make the politician tell you no lie, think twice and remember we are one nation. Election I fake one smoothly, vote wisely and never act funny. Now all of me bomb my day and you me man fair. Let's live together.
We're preaching peace and unity, more love to humanity. Many of us can't afford to lose, cause all they have is our family. See me say bra, minka wasembi, sikanti and koprini obiati kofa.
Say any baby arako, baby any home.
And in general, we need peace in a mother Ghana. So who no put on the gun and lift the banner higher. Now make the politician tell you no lie, think twice and remember we are one nation. Election I fake one smoothly, vote wisely and never act funny. Now all of me bomb my day and you me man fair. Let's live together.
We're preaching peace and unity, more love to humanity. Many of us can't afford to lose, cause all they have is our family. See me say bra, minka wasembi, sikanti and koprini obiati kofa.
Say any baby arako, baby any home.
And in general, we need peace in a mother Ghana. So who no put on the gun and lift the banner higher. Now make the politician tell you no lie, think twice and remember we are one nation. Election I fake one smoothly, vote wisely and never act funny. Now all of me bomb my day and you me man fair. Let's live together.
We're preaching peace
Right Honorable Speaker,
more love to humanity. Many of us can't afford to lose.
welcome your good self, leadership, and all honorable members of Parliament back to this august house. Speaker, I would like to congratulate all members who were re-elected in the just ended parliamentary elections. Right Honorable Speaker, again to our colleagues who unfortunately will not be part of the next parliament, I wish them well in their future endeavors. So Speaker, I would like to profoundly thank the good people of Ghana for their emphatic decision in the December 7th presidential and parliamentary elections. At this point, Mr. Speaker, it is finished. Right Honorable Speaker, I would like to thank the people of Ghana for electing His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as the next President of the Republic of Ghana. The people of Ghana have once again shown that they can rise to the occasion when it matters the most. May I, at this point, acknowledge the hard work of our present 137 NDC members of Parliament for their dedication to duty, which has resulted in the unprecedented number of MPs elected for the NDC party. Mr. Speaker, I'm proud to announce that we were able to snatch over 50 parliamentary seats from our colleagues at the divide. We took more than 50 parliamentary seats from the ruling NPP party. Mr. Speaker, we have clearly shown that it is possible to reduce the NPP majority to Nkokwan Katenkate. Indeed, Nkokwan Katenkate is possible. Right Honorable Speaker, the night parliament will be unique and interesting. It would be a contest of ideas between the super NDC majority and the mini-micro NPP minority. Mr. Speaker, what happened on the 7th of December polls was a revolution, the people's revolution, what I call it. It was a revolt against a government that is obstinate, insensitive, high-handed, and dismissive of public opinion. It was a revolt against a government that called people with dissenting views names such as detractors, cynics, naysayers, The Speaker, sometimes they call views of dissenting people as Sambalat and Tobias. Ghanaians have clearly shown that they cannot be taken for granted, and that when it matters the most, they will either reward those in office or punish those in office. Right, Honorable Speaker, it is obvious that MPP has been punished for its poor governance, economic mismanagement, obstinacy, greed, state capture, arrogance of power, impunity, disrespect, lawlessness, and persecution of political opponents. Mr. Speaker, the lesson is that what happened to the MPP and the outgoing government is that the political class cannot and should not take. This calls for introspection on the part of the political class. It is also a call for deep soul searching on the part of those in leadership who ought to have been heard when government engages in acts of lawlessness and destruction. To my cherished NDC political party and the incoming government, may we never become like the AKUFO-ADDO Bawumia government. Right, Honorable Speaker, we have to be different. We cannot be like the NPP government. We may be guided by the principles of integrity, probity, and accountability. Mr. Speaker, the time has come for us to do right by the people of Ghana at all times and to champion people-centered policies that genuinely benefit the voter and the ordinary Ghanaian, not the political class and its cronies. Right, Honorable Speaker, indeed, it is finished.
Like I'm looking for pounds, all I want is the peace. Trouble is like disease, lost in the bladder. We are looking for the way to peace. For your
and also appreciating those who have spoken before me and those who are present to listen to our presentation. Without you, we would be talking to ourselves. There is a sense in which much has been said. If it is the history of the continent, slavery that has been mentioned, if it is colonization that has been spoken to, if it is neo-colonization that has been spoken to, if it is in describing the continent of Africa as having been divided so very arbitrarily in Berlin in 1884 and 1885, that has been spoken to. And we have been told so very correctly how that continues to bedevil the continent of Africa and to undermine our attempts at unity. Those of you who are students of history will remember that in 1963 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and in 1964 in Cairo, Egypt, the debate was, should we redraw the boundaries? It was agreed by the founding fathers then that that would be an exercise in fueling conflict, and that if we were moving towards unity, then redrawing boundaries was unnecessary. The OAU was, of course, founded in 1963, a weak organization which, as it were, introduced the concept of inviolability of boundaries and placed emphasis on sovereignty. We have been told that that could very well be the reason why Africa's growth has been stunted. There are those, and Ezemo has told us so very effectively, that upon consultation with the gods, he has been told very useful things, and the gods are right in the revelation that they have made. The gods are right in saying that we have suffered in many ways and continue to do so, and that therefore the post-independence African country or countries are bedeviled by many things. That could be a reason. It has also been said that part of the reason why we have not realized our potential is because we make the wrong choices. And that could very well be true. And my brother who spoke about choices so very well told us that it all rests on the choices that you make. And you who are Christians will remember that at critical moments, even in the Christian tradition, it has always been a question of choices. If you read the book of 1 Kings at chapter 18, when there is conflict in that little place called Israel, Elijah summons them and says, choose you now. If Baal is God, bring the 450 disciples of Baal and the 400 of Asherah who dined with Jezebel. And if God is God, let him be worshipped. If Baal is Baal, let him be worshipped. Perhaps that is the reason why we are where we are. We never make the right choices. We choose Baal when we should be choosing God. There are those who have said possibly, and you see this choice if you read the book of Joshua chapter 24, when he calls the Israelites and tells them, choose you now. Do you want to worship the gods whom your ancestors worshipped before they crossed the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell? As for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord. Perhaps we are not serving the gods, and that the gods are angry. And in the anger, they continue to visit pain upon us. So there is a sense in which and many things have been talked about. But Africa sometimes judges ourselves very harshly and with a jaundiced sense of history. The post-colonial African state, the oldest post-colonial African state is Ghana, 66 years only. Nigeria, 63 years only. And we often forget these very important and immortal words of John Henry Clark when he said that all African countries, upon regaining independence, started to conduct their affairs on the basis of systems of governments that were borrowed from Europe, and that none of them will ever succeed on the basis of borrowed systems. And as if he were a Jewish prophet, he is being proven right on a daily basis. Because whenever we in the African countries think that we have identified the problem and that we have identified the antidote, when we apply the antidote, new wounds appear. That has been the state of Africa, and that continues to be our state. And therefore, when we judge Africa, we must ask ourselves, from whose lens are we judging Africa? When in 1965, the Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah wrote the book Neo-Colonialism, the Last Stage of Imperialism, and the Most Dangerous, he was right, and he was overthrown for it. Because the colonizer left but never left. And if you have any doubt, see what is happening in Niger, in Guinea. So in Africa,
you know what time it is? It's time for your favorite political and current affairs show, Mpɔtam with Papalo Perfect. So we're streaming live and rocking wide on www.mortingghana.com, online radiobox.com. 11 minutes on top of the hour, 5 p.m. GMT. Hello America, hello Asia, Europe, the Caribbean, Asia, Africa, and which part of the globe? United Kingdom. Wherever you find yourself, it's time for your favorite political show, and current affairs show hosted by Papa Law Perfect. Show produced and organized, arranged by Derek Van Dis, the man who owns every DV number plate in Ghana. You know what time it is? It's time to share. I'm going to give you the latest from the local scene to the international scene. So we're going to have a nice time on radio from now till 8 p.m. GMT. Oh, my baby, if you know Ghana, you know the new beer, dear, Mpɔtam AKUFO-ADDO, dear, and Mahama, dear, and why Obia, all those leaders, we gave them power. And I want you to hit the share button, share the broadcast on your page, on your timeline. Send the link to your friends. Tell your friends it's time for your favorite political show, Mpɔtam with Papa Law Perfect. So I'll be sharing with you news that made headlines in our various newspapers and news portals. I'll be doing the editorials with you. I'll have Honorable Agbesi, Selom Agbesi, helping out with real estate matters and also doing politicking with us. And then we also have Honorable Abdul Razak, the secretary for Medina constituency NDC. And then on the MPP's front, Honorable Kofi Amponsa, a communication member of the Ayawaso West Wogon. Interesting time on radio today. And then we have Mr. Okuji Abuo Okran. We apologize for not bringing him on yesterday. He was so busy that he couldn't speak to us. But today he's promised that he will be with us from 7:30 to 8 p.m. So he will end the show for us. Don't forget we are live on 88.3 FM. Also live on www.mortingghana.com, online radiobox.com. We are also live on all our social media handles, Papa Law Radio /TV. Like the page, put your notification button on so that anytime you come online, you'll be first to be notified. Vini VDVC. I came, I saw, and I know something good is about to happen. So just call a friend, call your family members, your loved ones. Now, a koso, what's the latest? Osofo Selifo Amuakone Bano court a sentencing it to 6 months. OTA, manka 6 years old, 6 months, and yes, 6 years in Pool. 6 months to the Senior Correctional Center in Ghana. I'm wondering why somebody who is underage without a license. We remember the video. The father said he drives in Ghana without a driver's license. Amazing. And so the grandmother of one of the late disease or children who passed on during the carelessness of this young boy, the grandmother is appealing to government for harsher punishment to be given to the young boy and also change the law. And when you go on social media, we have divergent views on social media. Others are saying, go and change the law yourself. Can you imagine what I need? So a generation where we don't respect the elderly. Others are also saying, yes, it's true, the law needs to be changed. But Brant here, it's so painful that a young boy under age 16 years could kill 2 innocent children just like that, and their parents have been charged for negligence, or better still, not taking good care of the child because the child is still underage and allowing the child to drive the car. Guess the amount is 12,000. So people of the view, on a lighter note, then we will start killing, because we have had people imprisoned who are underage for just stealing. I'm not encouraging stealing, but just stealing chicken. And some of them plantain. Go and watch criminal. Whatever, Crime Watch. Go and watch Crime Watch, and then you find out the truth. How can we be so heartless? In fact, if the law is, I always say that what is good for the goose is equally good for the gander. It shouldn't be 2 legs bad, 4 legs good. In other words, the law favors those who have money That shouldn't be the case. The matter must be settled at the law court. And if the law is working, then it must work in favor of both the poor and the rich. It is gradually looking like if you have money, you can buy justice. Is that how it's going to be? All right, on my baby, if you know me and Ghana, you know dear. Shout this: I am blessed and highly favored of the Lord. My business flourishes and thrives under His divine guidance. I enjoy prosperity all the days of my life, and I am fruitful in all that I do. The works of my hands are blessed, and I walk in abundance and increase. Shout hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. When I say hallelujah, hallelujah, I remember those days, one renowned prophet. Hallelujah, hallelujah. He can say it about 100 times. Hey, Prophet Obinim, no sir. All right, most people don't really have relationship problems. They have childhood problems that affect their relationship. Hashtag nigger truth. So we have this category of people who block blessings. They block blessings, blessing blockers. There are some people assigned to frustrate God's plan for your life. They may portray a friend in public, but a snake in private. Hashtag naked truth. All right, so to those who are searching, those who keep searching, you ask some men, say, oh, we are searching. Pretty girls are everywhere, but a woman that supports you and prays for you is rare. Rare, R-A-R-E, rare. In other words, it's difficult to find. So just make sure you pray and make sure that the right thing is done. Stop bothering people if they don't answer, or stop chasing people if they don't want to be bothered. Leave them alone. Simplicity. Those who are supposed to support you don't even support you. They support someone else. That part. I love that part. All right, so taking care of yourself includes removing yourself from situations where you do not feel valued, respected, and loved. So it's exactly 19 minutes on top of the hour, 5 p.m. GMT. In the studios of Papalo Radio, we're streaming live and rocking wide on www.modernghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. We're also live on all our social media handles. Papalo Radio /TV. Like the page, put your notification button on so that anytime you come online, you'll be first to be notified. Now let me acknowledge our proud sponsors. Nana One Shoes. Esmas is right at the corner. Next week, Esmas will be here. So go grab your shoe. Not just shoe, a quality shoe, but affordable. Nana One Shoes is into sales of all kinds of shoes for kids and adults. They are located at Community 11, directly opposite Community 11 School Complex. Contact them on 0256 836112. 0256 836112. Community 11. Nana One Shoes, quality is their hallmark. Shabak Photography. When it comes to photography, the only place to go is Shabak Photography. Formerly Shabba Rich Photography. You're into all kinds of photography, passport size photograph, photo shoot for all events. Contact them on 0244671593. 0244671593. Shabak Photography. When you post, they venture and they capture. That is their hallmark. And so contact them during this Xmas period. You need sharp pictures, beautiful pictures, elegant pictures. They give you stylishly chic pictures. They're creatively kind. Just be kind to yourself. Take new pictures or photographs or photos. So contact them on 0244671593. Papa Law Farms. Papa Law Farms. We are into poultry and piggery. And so those who are interested in pork, we have a lot more for you. And those who love chicken, we have all the quality and healthy chicken for you. All right, so contact us on 0243446455. 0243446455. Papa Law Farms will give you healthy animals. All right, so I'll go for a quick break. When I'm back, we'll do more. Stick and stay right here. Mpɔtam is the show, and your host is Papa Law Perfect. My producer, Derek Vandis. Stick and stay right here. All right, on mine, so you won't show my uncle Ato, Yamishirao. 21 gun salute, and it's exactly 24 minutes on top of the hour, 5 p.m. GMT. The show is Mpɔtam, your favorite current affairs and political show, hosted by Papa Law Perfect. My producer is Derek Vandis, who is steering the affairs of this program. Sometimes you only see us on camera, but there are people behind the scenes who are finding things for us to do it better. Now, let's go for our newspaper headlines, news that made headlines in our various newspapers. Let's go. All right, so I want you to go ahead and hit the share button, share the broadcast on your page, on your timeline, send the link to your friends. Don't be selfish. I mean, just share. And those who come on the line, put your comment, your thought, your view. It's not everybody who has access to the microphone behind me. So go and share your thoughts, your views, your comment. Everything is welcome. I'll read it to your hearing. Now, let's go for a newspaper. All right, so on the front page of the Daily Dispatch, who is likely to be Mohammed's list of 60 ministers. In fact, Papa Law Radio, we have the leakage. We have the leakage. Producer, hold on for me. Let me prove to the people of Ghana that we don't play here. We don't joke with things. We have the leaked about 20 something of them, 21 of them. All right, so if you care to know list of ministers and presidential staffers, Chief of Staff, Mr. Richard Kwame Appiah Jr. Second on the list, Deputy Chief of Staff, Dr. Valerie Sawyer. Executive Secretary to the President, Lawyer Tony Lito.
Papalo Radio.
Communication Director at the Flagstaff House, Neil Lante Vanderpool. Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Lawyer Kojoga
Papalo
Adawudu.
straight up.
Finance Minister, Dr. Atofose. Minister of Education, Honorable Peter Nochu
Papalo
Kutoi.
straight up.
Minister of Health, Dr. Titus Bayo. Minister of Agri, Honorable Eric Opoku.
Radio.
Minister of Youth and Sports, Professor Francis Diodu. Minister of Defense, Honorable Haruna Idrisu. Minister of Interior, Honorable James Agalga.
Follow radio.
Minister of Information and Communication, Honorable Felix Kwachio Fosu. Minister of Roads and Highways, Honorable Kwabena Minta Akando. Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Joyce Bawa Mokhtari. Minister of Chieftaincy and Culture, Honorable Dominic Ayene. Minister of Trade and Industry, Professor Joshua Alabi. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa. Minister of Transport, Mr. Abubakari Abdullah. Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Zinato Ajiman Rollins. Minister of Energy, Emmanuel Ama Kofibua. Where you lead? You were another league one, chief of staff, no? Yeah, maintaining. Remember, say in the former regime of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the chief of staff here, Honorable Julius Debra. Don't forget.
Papalo.
Yeah. Wapono, we give you the market. And now maybe boss honorable you can't say Ashama or see who body in a who likini in an amsinya because you can't musu and yano quarry but a bebana yes.
Papalo.
Why ditch Baumia when AKUFO-ADDO tried 3 times before becoming president? Napo promoting safer cooking. NP advocate gas over firewood and charcoal. Let's flow. If you just join in, you are welcome to Papalo Radio, and the show is in Mpɔtam. On the front page of the Crusading Guide, Ebenezer Huma Jitro appointed new clerk to Parliament. EC demands more security after attacks on personnel. Supreme Court throws out anti-gay suit. Sino Africa chases MPP chairman's son for snatching 29 acres of land at Boteman, Chrono 29 acres. Now 1 acre is a woman 4 plots. 1 acre, a woman 4 plots. 84 times you can say 29. Adey, a more chrono may say operation recover all looted lands. Land be a yaji. Ya chinchim krofosa ji wana ya bind ya yenima ya tonto ama ya you will regret it. Or document only document ya jene back. Adiani eja ma jirima. What are we living for in jirima? Electrochem Ghana to employ 3,000 more locals for salt mining, restoring Ghana's ecology. Herbal medicine advocate support from government. All right. So on the front page of the authoritative, is it the authoritative? No, this is Daily Guide. In fact, Daily Graphic had been there since time immemorial. That's why we say authoritative. But this one is Daily Guide. On the front page, Yamin NDC tax invade PPMC Gold Center. Yes, and some phobia yomodia a cromfo gold bars. Yeah, you hear one now. Yeah, they come on ye 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 ghost. Dane and Samafo. They say at Tigano will be say ghost names there was a cleaning. Why na di omudin shame and why na gusu maintain ni omudin. By Yami Rambo Star and the Makase Emra Wokroimu. If you have any tip-offs, evidence, just work with the police. Dampare is one person who is always there to listen to everybody. Anything that borders or centers on criminality, let's do it. Muya ne Rambo style. Mumo mo fa hu dwane o. And now say yes motorway so. Van be a ne kwa o ma bo hazarda. Please motorcade edi akire ni animo. Yes sika nko na negum. What I want to. When you rush it, you miss it. All right, Ashanti Regional Chief Imam dead. Sorry about that. Supreme Court throws out anti-LGBTQ cases. Nana to receive bail. Sabri, upeu, obersign. Because the issue is that all the 7 paneled justices throw away the challenge or the suit, is because it's an act. A fair nebeye law. Se call law, ebeye law there. Then these guys can hold our neck and say the court near tested the law. Say there are some inconsistencies between the law being passed, the anti-LGBTIA plus bill, it's against, there's inconsistency when it comes to the main constitution, the 1992 constitution that frowns against human abuse. So if their human right is being under attack, that is where we look into it. So now the president must assent his signature to this bill. Mass transfers hit Guel. Parliament passes boundary commission bill. On the front page of the authoritative daily graphic, this is what I was looking for. President can now assent to anti-gay bill. Supreme Court dismisses 2 suits. Citizen petitions president to remove Chief Justice. Papa, we need a bremameno. Oh yeah, a former one of their former law mpenyifoni bi school of law no mpenyifoni bi we obazo edise mami tokonu Gertrude Araba Esaba tokonu obedi post edise a wareta wakotena fie ontrase asomje sisi ye anipa baako ye. President can now sign. That's right. The end of news that made headlines in our various newspapers and news portals. Now let's go for news that made headlines in our various newspapers and news portals. So it's exactly 33 minutes on top of the hour. 5 p.m. GMT in the studios of Papalo Radio. We're streaming live and rocking wide on www.modernghana.com, online radiobox.com. So I want you to call a friend, to call another friend, call your family members. It's time we become conscious of the fact that Ghana belongs to all of us. How clean is your community?
Follow radio.
How is the security concerns in your community? Have we cleared the gutters, swept the compound, cleared the weeds? How clean is your community? Operation Clear the Weeds. All right, so news that made headlines in our various newspapers and news portals. EC calls on AKUFO-ADDO, Mahama, to provide adequate security to 8 officials. Okay? More tata EC officials. Stop the nonsense. Stop it. It doesn't make sense. Why are you chasing them? Why are you fighting them? In fact, those who perpetrated any evil or crime, anything that is criminal or borders on criminality, just report the person. Don't take the law into your own hands. I don't subscribe to illegalities. And for a very good reason, I always want the law to work. And you as a citizen, you don't have the right to attack, to molest, to threaten any EC official. In fact, they were performing their civil duties. They have the civil right to make sure, as referees to all the political parties who went into these just ended elections, they have the right to referee the elections. And what you bring to the collation center, when you subscribe to it, that is what they announce. So give them a break and allow them to breathe. All right, give them breathing space.
Follow radio.
EC calls on AKUFO-ADDO Mahama to provide adequate security to 8 officials. Why not? They also need security. They have the right.
Radio.
East Legon accident. Court finds Salifu Amuako and wife 12,000 Ghana cedis for negligence. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? 12,000. peanut to this man of God we are talking about. It's peanut. Are we encouraging underage children to misbehave in this manner? Who gave him the car? Who allowed him to move the car? He did a video saying today the America Mekopa, the way I'm going to speed. He did it. Interesting time.
Already.
Remain hopeful. Afenyo Markin tells MPP who hold Mahama accountable on his promises. Afenyo Markin use legal means to fight corruption. Anti-corruption expert tells Mahama. Exactly. Dr. Yensu Dankwa snatches Esikado Ketan seat to fulfill Mahama's pledge. Buakwe Jako calls for reform to reclaim MPP from poor leadership. I agree. Nyansafoni binye omonso ne yi omusi nchen ene e fa sebe ti bonkoso ema mu be take the leadership or the helm of leadership affairs. Western Region NDC joins in public to prevent. Western Region NDC joins in public education to prevent spread of cholera. But your mom won't take cholera, and I say, where would you, Yane? Where would you? That's the meaning of it. And also, bidding in Sako can be bisa. Now, or the Ayeduania Mam, and now Aquaduanim, no woody. And no sebi, yes, say, who call a jana, and now sign fit. To be a who is on the ascendancy. I'll prioritize youth and women development. Esikado Ketan MP elect. Say, until some bayeno, yen need that. 6 MPP PCs or presidential candidates. The shows are not on break. Sue Electoral Commission over delayed election results. Court dismisses case against independent presidential candidate in Efutu. Fans delay release of 2024 WAC results. 46,000 candidates affected. NAT urges Mahama to prioritize pre-tertiary education funding act. Bono region records 65 fire cases from January to December 2024. FIFA opens first permanent regional office in Africa. Morocco. Police arrest 9 additional suspects in connection with post-election incident. Coach Evans Adote takes interim charge of Mediema FC. We have turned MPP into a micro minority in parliament. Atoforce. The end of news that made headlines in our various newspapers and news portals. So yesterday, there was a press release from the president-elect, that is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and the release was about this anti-corruption and oral. Oral simply means Operation Recover All Loot. There was a committee, not there's a difference between commission and committee. Commission is backed by the law and it's up to the standard of a high court, if you don't know. So when you appear before a commission, they have the powers of the high court to prosecute you, if you don't know, after their investigations and their interrogations and all that. And then we have committee. We have ad hoc committee, that is a committee that works for a certain period of time. I'm sure this is one of those. But yesterday, people were having a lot of discussions on it. I was surfing on social media and I realized that a lot of Ghanaians are doing the talking. A lot of people are talking about it. Some are saying what a solid team, borrowing the words of the current Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. What a solid team when he was talking about their economic prowess, or those who were leading the economic team. For a very good reason, today, we are having everybody has a role he or she is going to play. That is the anti-corruption committee, which comprises of Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa, Raymond Acha, Dom Levo, Mati Akpebu, and Kofi Boache. So with Honorable Ablakwa, his major assignment within or during this committee, their findings, their investigations, and all that, he's going to intercept documents as usual. You know, this man can really intercept a document. Mr. Raymond Archer will do investigations because he's the one who brought this particular cliche. It was all over the place, the kickbacks during President Kufuor's era. There were issues about kickbacks and all that within the presidency or the government, and until you pay, you are not given a certain contract and all that. So Raymond Archer, as we all know, is an investigative journalist. All right, and my very own, my favorite, Domi Levo. We remember him for standing for the truth, and he is an auditor by profession. So he was an auditor general. He's going to audit all procurement and theft. He's going to do what? Audit all procurement and theft. With lawyer Akpebu Mante Akpebu, he will take legal action. Nobody can throw away his prowess as a legal luminary. I remember one of the days he was telling one MPP lawyer that, listen, I taught you, shut up, let me teach you what criminal law really means. So lawyer Mate Akpebu will take legal actions. And then last on the list is COP retired Kofi Boache. He was formerly the commander general, or not commander general, he was actually the Ashanti regional commander. He was somebody who could have become the IGP of Ghana, but some way, somehow, it slipped up his hands or sleeves, and somebody took over. So this is what he is also going to do. He will lead the arrest. Obini Yem. All right, so I like to talk about this. I'm not a sports personality, but I have been going through the history of Ghana, and I've realized that some people have been insulting a particular player, telling the player always, Mona Mohajin, that you brothers. And Kwala so bomb humode, Ninia. It was the Dayu who brought Ghana the African Cup under 20 African Cup. He won it. He was the captain then. He again won the World Cup under 20 for us. When he joined the Black Stars under Claude Leroy, everybody was like, small boy, sir. He's too young to play for the Black Stars. The guy came in and took the shine. All right. His brother was invited along the way, and people had issues with that. Why is the Black Stars team for the Ayu brothers? Charlie, listen. Stop hating on people. If you don't have what people have, please don't hate on people. It's not right. Now we are going through this, and we'll see that apart from Sunday, his name will be mentioned. He's a Ghanaian, and then I think one of them who won once for Ghana as CAF African Player of the Year. On the slot, there is only one man in Ghana who won CAF African Player of the Year 3 times for us. When it comes to football, he is the only maestro. The only what? Maestro. The only maestro, Abedi Ayew Pele. Ghana's Abedi Ayew Pele. Now let me take you through memory lane from 1970. The one who won is Salif Keita and Ibrahim Sande. The name I was looking for, that was 71. It was won by Ibrahim Sande. I'm sharing this because just 3 days ago, a Nigerian won it, and I wonder why the guy won. Lukman, is it Lukman something? I'll come to that. And last year was my man who always be jumping. We'll come to all those guys. But 71 was won by a Ghanaian, Ibrahim Sunday. 72, Sheriff Sulemana. Bwawanga Chimen, Onu Winino, 73. Paul Mokula, Onu ene wini 74. Ahmed Faras, Onu ne wini 1975. Rojamela, wini 1976. 1977, Tarak Diab, ene wini ye. 1978, Karim Abdul Razak. That is also another Ghanaian, Karim Abdul Razak. He won on behalf of Ghana, and he won it in 1978. 1979, Thomas Nkono. And then 1980, Jane Maga Egwenini. He also won in 1980. 1981, Lagda Bulumi. Ono ne win in 1981. 1982, Thomas Nkono again won it. 1983, Theophile Abiga. Ono so ne win in 1984. 1985, Mohammed Timumi. Ono ne win in 1985. 1986, Izaki Badu. Ono ne win in 1986. 1987, Rabba Maja. On a winning in 1987. 1988, Kalusha Buaya on a winning in 1988. I didn't know that George Weah even won CAF African Player of the Year. That's why it's good to research. I never knew. I thought his days were the 1994s and all that. But he won it in 1989. George Weah of Liberia, former president of Liberia, and also a player, Liberian player. 1990, Rojamela. 1991, listen, this is where I want you to listen and stop hating on the Ayu family and their children. 1991, Abedipele. 1992, Abedipele. 1993, Abedipele. 1994, George Weah. African Footballer of the Year award winners by France Football Ballon d'Or presenters. Now let's go to 92. 92, Abedipele. 1999, Rashidi Yekini. 1994, Emmanuel Amunike. 1995, George Weah. 1996, Nwako Kanu. 1997, Victor Ikweba. 1998, Mustafa Haji. 1999, Nwako Kanu. 2000, Patrick Mboma. Eba short abua. 2001, El Haji Diouf. And then 2002, El Haji Diouf. 2003, Samuel Eto'o Fields. 2004, Samuel Eto'o Fields. 2005, Samuel Eto'o Fields. 2006, Didier Drogba. 2007, Frederick Kanuti. 2008, Emmanuel Adebayo. 2009, Didier Drogba. 2010, Samuel Eto'o. Obia, when it comes to the records, Obia Anto Samuel Eto'o or Jitwa so papa. Yaya Toure, 2011, 2012, Yaya Toure again. 2013, Yaya Toure again. 2014, Yaya Toure again. 2015, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. 2016, Riyad Mahrez. 2016, 2017, Mohamed Salah. 2018, Mohamed Salah. 2019, Sadio Mane. 2022, Sadio Mane. 2023, Victor Osimhen. And then 2024, Ademola Lookman. Amazing. Tell me, since time immemorial, after Abedipele, who has won this for us? A word to the wise is enough. 51 minutes on top of the hour, 5 p.m. GMT. The show is Mpɔtam with your host, Papalo Perfect, and my producer, Derek Vandis. Stick and stay right here. I'm going for a quick break. When I'm back, we'll do the editorials, and then we'll have Honorable Selom Agbesi on the line. Stick and stay right here.
Papalo Radio. Straight up.
That's right. All right, so I just received this from a very good friend. I told you our sources are always credible. He said, Code of Conduct for Students in the Pre-Tertiary Levels of Education in the Ghana Education Service. I'll be going through. It's a whole, book, the preamble. I'll be reading them bit by bit, chunk by chunk, but that is not my assignment for now. But from tomorrow going, we'll be talking about all these things. But for now, let's do the editorials.
Papalo Radio. Straight up.
All right, so hit the share button, share the broadcast on your page, on your timeline. Send the link to your friends. I thought as much. I'm not on break. Power pie, so. I remember there was this popular statement, go to court. And I remember the current, he was then the former secretary to the NDC, Honorable Asiedu Nketia. Some people don't know that he had been in parliament twice. People don't know. He was once a member of parliament. And so, for a very good reason, he says, any idiot can go to court. You remember that statement? Good. Papa. So I don't want to use it for you guys, but for now, I'll hold my peace. 6 MPP parliamentary candidates sue Electoral Commission over delayed election results. 6 New Patriotic Party MPP parliamentary candidates in the 2024 elections have filed an application for a judicial review in the form of a mandamus urging the High Court to compel the Electoral Commission to collate and declare parliamentary results in their respective constituencies. Represented by lawyer Gary Nimakumafo, the candidates includes Charles Forsen, Tema Central, Franka Nodompre in Sawam Adwajiri, Patrick Yalboama, Okaikwe Central, Martin Kweku J. Mensa Kosa, Techiman South, Nanekio Ushia Friye, Ablekuma North, and Eric Nana Ajiman Prempe Ahafwano North are requesting 2 critical orders. The first seeks to mandate the EC to collect and declare the results of the elections held on December 7, 2024 in their constituencies. The second calls for the Inspector General of Police to ensure adequate security at collation centers to ensure and enable the EC to carry out its constitutional duties without further disruptions. Western Region Communications Department of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC. The Western Region Communications Department of the National Democratic Congress, led by Richard Kirk Mensa, has joined the advocacy to educate residents in the Sekondi Takrade, especially the market women, on the widespread of cholera within the metropolis. As it stands now, the death toll of the cholera victims have reached 15, with over 1,500 cases recorded. That's crazy. Richard Kirk Mensa is, however, urging them to take their safety precautions and take the vaccines by the health professionals to curb the spread of the disease. The cholera outbreak is escalating rapidly and is crucial. We all play our parts in controlling its spread. The health services have introduced a vaccine, and I strongly encourage everyone here to get vaccinated. I have taken the vaccine myself. I can attest to its safety. Let all take responsibility for our health and get vaccinated. General Secretary of the Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT, Thomas Musa Tanko, has called on President-elect John Dramani Mahama to ensure a passage of Pre-Tertiary Education Funding Act to help revive the gradual collapse of schools at that level. Thomas Musa Tanko said the funding sources could come from property tax and parent-teacher association PTA contributions to fund the act. He's confident that the funds raised through this act could be used to address infrastructure deficit, capitation grants, and other challenges with the free SHS program. We want to remind His Excellency the President-elect John Dramani Mahama, we beg him, we must get our education system right. The only weapon available to break poverty is education. The only way we can sustain democracy is education, he noted. Mr. Tanko added that, Mr. President, please, the education problem, you cannot do it alone. Our hope is that you said we will all discuss these things together. The position of NAT is this: we need a Pre-Tertiary Education Funding Act that will determine how we want to fund pre-tertiary education in Ghana. And when we get that particular act, we can all be assured, whether you are rich or you are poor, we'll be assured as to how we intend to fund our education system. We have the PTA contributions. It could find its way into the act. We legalize it, giving parents the opportunity. We also find a way of taxing the rich to care for the poor, he said. Mr. Tanko also identified other possible sources. We are talking about this petroleum resources and all that. A certain percentage of it will be dedicated to the Pre-Tertiary Education Act. We can look at property rate. We can take some portion of it. If today we say that let us add 0.000% to the VAT so that the VAT can go into funding education everywhere, we clap for it. Straight up. Funds delay release of 2024 WACC resource, 460,000 candidates affected. The situation has caused significant anxiety among candidates and their families, as the results play a crucial role in the academic and career progression. According to a press release by West African Examination Council, WAEC, the delay stems from broken scanners critical for processing examination scripts, compounded by funding constraints. WAEC reportedly requires immediate repairs or replacement of the equipment to complete the resource processing. Furthermore, the government of Ghana owes WAEC a significant sum of 180 million Ghana cedis, a debt that has directly affected the council's operational capacity. WAEC depends on government funding to facilitate examinations and ensures timely release of results. The delay in disbursement has disrupted their workflow, affecting not only Ghana Ghana, but potentially other countries within the West African sub-region that rely on WAEC services. The uncertainty surrounding the release of the results has left candidates in limbo, as tertiary admissions and other opportunities are contingent on timely access to their scores. Institutions have begun expressing concern over how the delay might affect their academic calendars, especially as many candidates await the results to finalize admissions into universities, colleges, and other professional institutions. As of now, WAEC has not provided a definitive timeline for the release of the results, leaving candidates and parents worried about further delays. Efforts are reportedly underway to resolve financial and technical challenges, but WAEC has called on the government to expedite the release of the old funds to enable the council to meet its obligation. The end of our editorials is 2 minutes on top of the hour, 6 p.m. GMT. So, like I said, one of these days we'll be reading to you the conduct of the code of conduct for students in the pre-tertiary levels of education in Ghana Education Service, and the table of content. It means a lot. The preamble, the rules of conduct for students, the sanctions, preamble, rules of conduct for students, and all that. So we'll be touching on that bit by bit, chunk by chunk. The show is Mpɔtam, your favorite current affairs and political show, coming your way every Monday through Friday. Stick and stay right here. The show continues after the break.
Apollo Radio, straight up.
trendybeats.com. It's Joe made it.
Me yedi I see me penipa. Because I'm why I see me yedi. Kwa nanse se madam pa ne come home sim. My brother na me kakra me di France. Me minima when me dance guase. Life is a wild carnival. Mama me many be why I can wash. Ekitamina we need me to me pass it. I cherish every moment, me my spirit dey free. Life is a wild carnival. Mama many be why I can wash. And pim time, pim dummy. Get up from do a mess sorry. Nabusia di am what
Apollo Radio, straight up.
And pim time, pim dummy. Get up from do a mess sorry. Nabusia di am what. And you won't have one who can come. Yeah. No be difficult to do myself. Ubani ame meche no kwarat. Wewe ama mentina unti ase. Me da form did I mean to me she ase. See I know if I fall. Unkwa me man if I fall. Thousand a beje me can chow. When him me da chow. Make I live my life how you know. It's always at last time though. Wait for no man, let's go. Commando, I shoot like Rambo. Say me, yeah, baby, I'm a dream, daddy. Swear, my dream one in it, daddy. Swear, say, baby, I'm a dream, if I don't. And pim time, pim dummy. Get up from do a mess, sorry. Nabusia di am in what dummy. Many mere won't pop one who can come. And pim time, pim dummy. Get up from do a mess, sorry. Nabusia di am in what dummy. Many mere won't pop one who can come. Me friend na me no dia ni o. Me shabra ni obi ade anya pe. Me ye dia bia na bibi na ha me. Man fa ne se me mpenipa. Nsi o ta me na me ye ba me nam. Ya me kwa me dia nka ma de pe me honam. Life is a lonely journey. Ye tie bia na strive for my family. What yo.
Apollo Radio, straight up.
One man soldier. It's your soldier. What yo. I'm a soldier, one man soldier. Just your soldier. Mama me has to mommy day. Mama brother na me so me mommy day. Me di me kado mama na mami di fe. A brother bomb na me so me boni day. Necessary to fuck you, I'm sorry. You made it in, I am a game into me. I couldn't have a tank, I must have given to me, Yami Penny. Pim, time, pim. Get up to a mess, sorry. Nabusi, I did the Amin. It's Rosia. I'm a soldier, one man soldier. Soldier. Mama me has to mommy day. Mama brown and I'm so me mommy day. Me Jimmy Kado mama na mami ni fe. A brother bomb and I'm so me body day. Necessary to fuck you, I'm sorry. You made it in, I am a game into me. I couldn't have a tank, I must have given to me, Yami Penny.
Apollo Radio. Straight up.
Get up to a mess, sorry. Nabusi, I did the Amin. It's Rosia.
Yes, soldier. One man soldier. Yes, soldier. Papalo Radio. 7 minutes on top of the hour, 6 p.m. GMT in the studios of Papalo Radio. We're streaming live and rock and white. Let me see some of the comments that had trickled in, so I read them to your hearing. But I have a lot of messages for you. He said, Joyce Enim said, great show. Great patriotic song. Thank you so much, Joyce Enim. God bless you. And I know where you're watching from. All the way in Asamankesi, I guess. Dokas Dugbaza watching live. Hey, Mr. Document is going to deliver. Yeah, we have the document. We'll deliver. All right, so let's go back to the story that we want to share with you. There's this buhaha about these gold bars that belongs to Bank of Ghana, and we are transmitting it and we are sending it to the rightful owners and all that. We want to know. Bright Simons unveils the ghost investors in Ghana's Royal Gold Refinery, prompting calls for transparency. Amazing, isn't it amazing? I mean, baby, a disika pa, Munie, yate, yeah, better sono, ye beka. Once the alarm blows, you shall be afraid be alarm a blow, alarm no blow. Na Bryce Simons, more no, a very intelligent, astute, a very strong headed man who believes in transparency, who always speaks his mind when it comes to Ghana's governance and democracy. Imani Africa's Bright Simons reveals alleged ghost investors controlling Ghana's gold refinery, raising concerns over transparency and governance. The controversy emerged as President-elect Mahama prepares to launch Operation Recover or Loot Oral anti-corruption initiative in 2025. The ownership and operations of Ghana's only gold refinery are under intense scrutiny following explosive allegations by Bright Simons, Honorary Vice President of Imani Africa. Simons has accused shadowy ghost investors of controlling the refinery on behalf of politically connected elites, raising concerns about transparency, governance, and national resource management. Simons detailed these allegations in a series of social media posts and in an in-depth blog article highlighting a network of undisclosed beneficiaries behind the facility. It described how politically exposed individuals allegedly use opaque corporate structures and front organizations to gain control of the refinery, undermining public trust and national interest. Straight up. Ghana's gold refinery sector has been a cornerstone of the country's value addition strategy for its mineral resources. Ghana is one of Africa's largest gold producers, contributing over 142.4 metric tons annually accounting for 7% of
Papalo
global
Radio.
production. Gold remains the country's top export, generating $5 billion annually, representing 43% of total export revenue. The establishment of local gold refineries, such as the Gold Coast Refinery, was part of a national strategy to process gold domestically, retain more revenue, and create jobs. However, the refinery's capacity to process raw gold and generate domestic revenue has often been marred by
Papalo
controversies
Radio.
over ownership, financing, and operational transparency. Previously, the Gold Coast Refinery, which can process up to 480 kilograms daily, faced similar challenges. Analysts, including Simons, has attributed these struggles to structural inefficiencies, lack of raw materials access, and slim fit margins in the gold refining industry. Adding to the
Papalo Radio.
controversy,
Straight up.
the government recently inaugurated the smaller Royal Ghana Gold Refinery, raising eyebrows about its operational feasibility. Simons noted that the facility's launch may have been politically motivated ahead of elections, questioning its ability to address the long-standing challenges in the sector. These revelations comes as President-elect John Dramani Mahama, poised to assume office in January 2025, has pledged to implement the National Democratic Congress's NDC's anti-corruption initiative, Operation Recover or Loot Oral. Oral aims to investigate corruption cases, recover misappropriated state resources, and prosecute offenders, particularly focusing on the period of governance by the New Patriotic Party, the NPP. The allegations highlighted by Simons underscored the urgency of such reforms to ensure transparency and accountability in Ghana's resource management. Under the oral framework, Mahama's administration will be expected to address systematic issues including opaque ownership structures and the lack of accountability that allow for state loot and corruption to happen. This scandal presents a critical test for the incoming administration commitment to transparency and equitable resources distribution. Now, interestingly, when we are doing the political timing, the inauguration of the Royal Gold Refinery, and critique as politically motivated, lacking the skill and efficiency needed to significantly impact the sector. One interesting picture I'm seeing here is the Bank of Ghana, their governor, that is Addison. I can see his picture there. I haven't mentioned anybody's name, but I see the finance minister, Adam, who is also part of those so-called quote and unquote ghost gold investors. And I can see the current vice president, His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. And then, as usual, the young man amongst the oldies is Abu Jinapo, the current Lands and Natural Resources Minister. These are pictures that has been demonstrated or displayed here, Royal Ghana Gold Refinery. Can you imagine if these people are still doing business? This particular venture gives Ghana $5 billion every year, annually. And now these people are behind it. A day. All right, so I'll leave it here. I'll go for another quick break. 15 minutes on top of the hour, 6 p.m. GMT in the studios of Papalo Radio. We're streaming live and rocking wide on www.modernghana.com, online, radiobox.com. Don't forget that we are live on 88.3 FM and our sponsors, proud sponsors, Nana One Shoes, Shabak Photography, and Papalo Farms. The name remains Papalo Perfect, the navigator of the airwaves. Stick and stay right here. I'll be right back.
Apollo Radio. Straight up.
I'm a soldier, one man soldier.
Apollo Radio.
Mama brana na me so me mami dey. Me di mi kado mama na mami di fe. Abrana bo me na me so me boni dey. Necessary me to for plum pa me sorry. Ye me di tina ya me ye dey me to me. Akona me na me ya me tanga masem ge be to me ya me pene di. Pim time pim. It up up to a mess sorry. Na busu ya di ya me wa. Roja. I'm a soldier, one man soldier. Soldier. Mama me has so mommy day. Mama brana na me so me mommy day. Me di mi kado mama na mami di fe. Abrana bo me na me so me boni day. Necessary me to
Apollo Radio. Straight up.
Na ya me ya dey me to me. Akona me na me ya me tanga masem ge be to me ya me pene di. Pim time pim. It up up to a mess sorry. Na busu ya di ya me wa. Any mere won papo anu ke anko. Pim time pim.
Apollo Radio.
Na busu ya di ya me wa. Any mere won papo anu ke anko.
Yeah, baby, I'm a dream, yeah. Swear, my dream, one in it, yeah. Swear, baby, I'm a dream, if I
It's Joe made it.
Apollo Radio. Straight up.
Shaking. African money, now everyone they chop. Our money, now everyone they chop. Yeah, president they chop. Yeah, now governor they chop.
Apollo Radio.
African money, now everyone they chop. Our money, now everyone they chop. Yeah, president they chop. Yeah, now governor they chop.
Apollo Radio. Straight up.
Yes, yo, yes, yes, yo, yes. Mama, don't cry.
Apollo Radio. Straight up.
Free fear, babonte, ya pepe sika coffee. I told you, I drink, I got the sickness. Where the money day, where the kwacha day. Me mami, ejumapa, and so when you see kakura, auntie sisi so dapa. Oh, sorry, sikang.
Apollo Radio.
African money, now everyone they chop. Our money, now everyone they chop. Yeah, president they chop. Yeah, now governor they chop. It be monkey where you the work, and so baboon where you the chop. You for pay me for my work, I got no be so you talk. It's your retire and I'm more. Area rebuy and I'm more. Obi and you are shame. Alhamdulillah, bismillah. Yes, yo. African money, now everyone they chop. Our money, now everyone they chop. Yeah, president they chop. Yeah, now governor they chop. African money, now everyone they chop. Our money, now everyone they chop. Yeah, president they chop. Yeah, now governor they chop.
Every day I be working, so every time I'm sweating.
Sophobia Kofa bad girl. Suffering so sorry man, I'm dress it decently. So Sophobia Kofa bad girl. Alright, so welcome back. 19 minutes on top of the hour. 6 p.m. GMT in the studios of Papalo Radio. Listen, we all want a society free of indiscipline. And so when you go to any country, any vicinity, any company, there are rules and regulations. I remember when we were in school, we were whipped. When you go to school late, you'll be shipped. you'll be punished. And it comes in different form, corporal punishment,
Papalo Radio,
and any other form. You can be asked to kneel down or lift up your hands, and then I mean we do a lot, or even crawl. And those days our parents never saw that as human abuse. Today we are talking about human rights, left, right, center. And so I overheard in the news that the pre-tertiary educationists, also NAT, that is Ghana National Association of Teachers, omo epese omampenya wo bayi oboa wom ewosika fam. And so if you want the incoming government to be of help, then there must be code of conduct for students in the pre-tertiary levels. Those days, you can be shaped, you can be disciplined. In fact, some of us, our parents will walk us to school and allow our teachers to whip us in the presence of all the students. That's where we call the assembly grounds. Today is not like that again. So this is the newly, you see, Papalo Radio, we give you credible news, and we have our sources, credible sources. We just had this one, and we want to share with the public code of conduct for students in the pre-tertiary levels of Ghana, of education in the Ghana Education Service. That is GES. I'm not reading all, but I'm going to give you the preamble. What these code of conduct, this particular document entails. So we have the preamble. That is the preamble. At page 3, the rules of conduct for students. Conduct, article 2:1. Conduct 2:2. Misconduct, general behavior, flouting lawful authority, absence from school, attendance at all school assemblies. I love this one. Yani ama numbers o session leader ebo board numbers na udi nka ho ayebebo and then omo yiri nyina fi. I'm happy you are bringing these things back. School/class attendance, loitering, go school ni enchin rough.
Papalo Radio.
You know what I'm saying? Academic work and a bonded tunde Sunday Monday. Obi to me nya gige 30 or se papa law. In Pachoni protocol be school, the only secondary school in Ghana, and the others. Pope John Secondary School, proud Pujoba, no bisa or sem pacho, me bani nya 30, 25. Unye school man. Now ye desi kura no mo ye visual art no mo kura 10, grade 10. Aggregate 10. So abro so 12. Me bu akone ko check records no. And a bonded tunde Sunday Monday. Oma hey bon. Myself also omonchura the he said omonchura myself ama. Examinations and examination more practices. Breaking of bounds. Punctuality. Improper dressing and then collect to me dressing where you need to basa. Ha, ye days who do trim basa beba. You be chow sakura. Teacher to me the season see trim. You see a ye afro, ye friend afro. Ya di benu trimu. Na wo teacher kra anya kra wo senior be ye. Ye nya ne hwe. Improper dressing. Ne watwe ne trouser ato ne to. Na ne sebi ne trumu eda ho. And then nyina ye kasa fa. Unprescribed items. And the phones ladies show ho ko. Yeah, dear, ye sex toys in nyina ribrat abrati.
I just want to know.
We fall damage to school property. In kolani bui to me almost on buafu. Ye days near yebi. And ye matron ye to me sa ye you know near the corner so. See Diana and Pediani way. In so to the right shot and in so to the
every time I'm sweating.
Diana depa or produce campus pie watching.
Mommy pastor.
Hey, you are down for me, so already a friend Gabins. Hey, and not Joe better say kick no, then audio so deep beans. And I'm friend Gobe, Gary and beans. All right, sexual offenses. Physical and psychological violence causing harm, religious practice. Your time no you Christian ni now when you Muslim. Hey, yet one day you see a branch be to pack a son across on a 9 moment spirit be too. You see, hey, Profoko Puya, how a Buddhist no ye na de Buddha for you. Eh? Nina not Daniel Samafo be who no shiny strange, Nina I become once. Incitement to rioting and demonstration, gambling. Masresa, hey, gambling. Chacha, I mama buy a no to you to that twab. Oh no, I read home to Abano. Chacha be a day. Gambling pa. Possession and circulation of pornographic material. Your time, your chill so crap pornographic magazine, you are sacked or dismissed or suspended. Recording, be recorded. Other offenses and weapons. Sanctions. All right, preamble. No, see the mission of Ghana Education Service is to ensure that all Ghanaian children of school-going age are provided with inclusive and equitable quality formal education and training through effective management of resources to make education delivery relevant to the manpower needs of the nation. To achieve this mission, the service is required, among other things, to ensure discipline in all schools to create an enabling environment that facilitates effective teaching and learning. The GES believes that discipline directly affects academic achievement and fosters good citizenship. Consequent to its mission, the Ghana Education Service Council has approved this code to serve as a guide and reference material so as to promote and maintain discipline at the pre-tertiary level of education, at the same time strictly conforming to the general rules and directives contained herein. The rules and regulations in the code should not be regarded merely as a catalog of offenses and penalties or restraints on students' freedoms. They are rather meant to ensure that the conditions for effective teaching and learning are created and maintained in the country's pre-tertiary educational institutions. It is also intended to inspire confidence among students and other stakeholders in the delivery of education and the assurance that the students of the school system are being trained to be responsible community members. Rules of conduct for students. Conduct in this context, code into bracket code is behavior, attitude, and character that ought to be exhibited by a student within and outside the school compound. The standard of conduct generally required of any student of the Ghana Education Service should be good leadership, selflessness, honesty, respect for others, authority, and general obedience to school rules and regulations in this code. Misconduct, any act or omission without reasonable excuse by a student or pupil that amount to a demonstration of a behavior, attitude, or character that generally offends the provisions of the code, or any reasonable conduct that is otherwise likely to bring the school into disrepute, shall constitute attitude and misconduct. However, the certain fault of particular types of misconduct is not exhaustive. B. Any act of misconduct or non-observance of any rules and regulations in this code shall lead to disciplinary action. Any act of misconduct by a student not expressly mentioned in this code or any other regulation shall be dealt with by the disciplinary authority of the school as if it is a part of the code. It is important to state that these rules should, however, not be interpreted or applied to prevent a student from freely expressing him or her views, and that the conduct among students should not be affected in any way by this act done in good faith. I'll leave this one here, and next on your radio I'll be doing general behavior. Students shall demonstrate courtesy and respect towards everyone. They must respect the elders of society and as Ghanaian custom demands. I just received a message from my friend that he said, man of God, make sure you cut that portion for me. So producer, you have a work to do, so check the minutes and the time so that you know how to cut it quick for him. He actually sent it to us, and we are grateful for doing that. His name is Pastor Ezekiel Anan. God bless you. Thank you very much. So it's 31 minutes on top of the hour. 6 p.m. GMT in the studios of Papalo Radio. We're streaming live and rocking wide on www.modernghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. Don't also forget that we are streaming live on all our social media handles or platforms. Papalo Radio/TV. Like the page, put your notification button on Facebook, and then on YouTube, just subscribe to our YouTube channel. The best is yet to come. Let me read some comments. If we have some available, let me read them before I go for this break. All right, so keep writing. There is no comment yet, apart from those that I've already read to your hearing. So stick and stay right here. The show is Mpɔtam with Papalo Perfect.
So we dey get money or we dey find money. I just want to know why now everyone is you my into my day. My what into my dampa. Only you. Why now everyone is you my into my day. My what every day I be working, so every time I'm sweating. Then I'm a men for me chop money, mommy pasta. Nan say me to me don't pay me sissy. Bet you never know swimming yet. So we dey get money or we dey find money. I just want to know why now everyone is you my into my day. My what into my dampa. Only you. Why now everyone is you my into my day. My what every day I be working, so every time I'm sweating. Then I'm a men for me chop money, mommy pasta. Nan say me to me don't pay me sissy. Bet you never know swimming yet. So we dey get money or we dey find money. I just want to know why now everyone is you my into my day. My what into my dampa. Only you. Why now everyone is you my into my day. My what every day I be working, so every time I'm sweating. Then I'm a men for me chop money, mommy pasta. Nan say me to me don't pay me sissy. Bet you never know swimming yet. So we dey get money or we dey find money. I just want to know why now everyone is you my into my day. My what into my dampa. Only you. Why now everyone is you my into my day. My what every day I be working, so every time I'm sweating. Then I'm a men for me chop money, mommy pasta. Nan say me to me don't pay me sissy. Bet you never know swimming yet. So we dey get money or we dey find money. I just want to know why now everyone is you my into my day. My what into my dampa. Only you. Why now everyone is you my into my day. My what I be working, so every time I'm sweating. Then I'm a minister. Men from me chop money, mommy pasta. Nan say me to me don't pay me sissy. Bet you never know so I'm in it. So we dey get money or we dey find money. I just want to know. Why now I want if you my into him, I'm dying. My what into him, I'm down. Only you, only you. Why now I want if you my into him, I'm dying. My what every day I be working, so every time I'm sweating. Then I'm a minister.
Papalo Radio, straight up.
Nan say me to me don't pay me sissy. Bet you never know so I'm in it. So we dey get money or we dey find money. I just want to know. Why now I want if you my into him, I'm dying. My what into him, I'm down. Only you, only you. Why now I want if you my into him, I'm dying. My what into him, I'm down. Only you, only you. Me di venia tu so, me fry to me so, fry to me so. Me di venia tu so, me fry to me so, fry to me so, fry to me so. So for me I go for bad girl, and I say na so man say, bien se cabansi ni nasi. Then I'm from no true Bugatti. Last time in time for the pool party, and I don't buy me by the side. Bless me like my pastor, even though I'm a gangster. Oh no, 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 no. I quiet just in a media. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Me Judy, me swimming a media. Na me no malumbo, na me no madonko, na me sa zunto a bibinti. Na me no malumbo, na me no madonko, na me sa zunto a bibinti. Why now everyone? If you my day into him, I'm dying. My what day into him, I'm down. Only you, only you. Why now everyone? If you my day into him, I'm dying. My what day into him, I'm down. Only you, only you. Me di venia tu so, me fry to me so, fry to me so. Me di venia tu so, me fry to me so, fry to me so.
All right, me frewa ya Jimmy so ready. It's exactly 37 minutes on top of the hour. 6 p.m. GMT in the studios of Papalo Radio. We're streaming live and rocking wide on www.modernghana.com, online radiobox.com. Don't also forget that we are live on 88.3 FM. I have on the line this astute politician. He's the NDC's secretary for Medina constituency, Honorable Abdul Razak Hussein. Honorable, I salute.
I think I'm apostle.
How are you doing?
By the grace of Almighty Allah God, I'm doing well. And I hope you are doing the same.
The Lord is faithful. We are bouncing very well. And we are in Xmas period. And at this point, I know your Thanksgiving is more than necessary because you have the year coming to an end, and also a wonderful victory after your party went into battle with the MPP, and your government in waiting. So I'm sure your Thanksgiving is so much, right?
Papalo Radio.
Absolutely sure, Apostle.
That's right. That's right.
Papalo Radio.
Honorable, so somebody was asking me, how is it possible for a ruling government to own sections of this gold bars and gold refinery? I mean, having a lot of stakeholding in that particular field. Just recently, it has been in the news that some gold bars were intercepted, led by your very own Yamin and some NDC supporters. And we have ghost owners or investors who are investing into that. Today, Bright Simons has come out with a write-up, a long one, indicating that this particular venture, gold is Ghana's finest export outside of the shores of this country. In fact, it gives us $5 billion annually. And so for a chunk of people to own it or take part of it is something that is so strange. How do you address this menace in connection with what you guys have instituted, preparatory plans for corruption, that is anti-corruption and Operation Recover or Loot, spearheaded by Honorable Samuel Okujeto, who is going to be the chairman. We have COP retired Nathaniel Kofi Boache. We also have Mr. Martin Akpebu, or lawyer Martin Akpebu, and then we have Raymond Acha, and then my very own, a man I revere so much, Domi Levo, a former Auditor General. How do you handle some of these deficiencies or issues that are surrounding this whole thing? Because there's going to be transition in few days. So why all these things?
Abazo.
Honorable General.
First and foremost, let me give thanks and glory to all my getting us to this level and this very hour. For him, we continue to survive. And greet your listeners all over the world this evening.
We take up.
Special good self. Yes. Apostle, but sometimes when I'm there, sometimes quiet on my quiet moment or in a quiet moment, there are instances I get frightened. I get frightened in the sense that I ask myself, the level of corruption in this country, open, gay broad corruption, openness, way of willing. Then I get scared for President Mahama. But on the second thought, it comes to me like that, and then maybe I think through, and I'm like,
Apollo Radio, straight up.
Someone who has been there before, and that's the records.
Honorable, if you can position yourself where your line is muffling, I mean, yes.
Very well.
You speak up.
Okay. I'm trying to very.
So you are muffling. It's breaking. It's still breaking.
So let me see if it is okay. Let me just second because I'm moving.
Okay, it's still muffling. Okay, so Bryce Simons unveils ghost investors in Ghana's Royal Gold Refinery, prompting calls for transparency. This is so amazing, so amazing. And I don't want to play the devil's advocate, but for a very good reason, we have the pictures of these four gentlemen, and the pictures include those included in this photograph or picture is Mr. Addison, the current Bank of Ghana's governor, and then Amim Adam, that is the current finance minister, and then the current vice president, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, and then the Damango MP, who is also the MP, the minister for lands and natural resources, Abu Jinapo. That's what Bryce Simons, spoke about.
In the sense that they are behind the gold transport. Apostle.
Honorable.
Honestly speaking, with all the greatest respect, the current leadership of the MPP do not have any respect for we Ghanaians. And even as they are exiting, they continue to show this kind of arrogance, like impunity. We are bigger than the laws of this country.
I think the notoriety is becoming unbecoming.
Yes. And I'm grateful to Almighty Allah God for we at this point in time in a country like Ghana having a president like His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. This is a very disciplined president. There's someone, the IMF boss, Madame Lagarde, said was your level of honesty and it's too much for you to be a head of state for an African country like Ghana, and that will cost you. But posterity will judge you, and posterity will vindicate you. And today, President Mahama has been vindicated. Apostle, I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever that President Mahama will catch or will arrest through the laws of this country. Will arrest all such individuals.
Not a Rambo style, but I mean,
not a Rambo style, but through the correct process.
That's right.
And they'll be dealt with.
Honorable, I said that because.
But I'm coming, Apostle.
Honorable,
Apostle, I'm coming. But before, I don't want this thing to escape me.
That's right.
Even if it's with a Rambo style, Ghanaians, we support the Mama to go that direction. You know why I'm saying this? In the advanced countries,
I have
in the advancst country,
yes, I have
when there is a sense or smell of a corruption against you, it come after you.
That's right. The FBI will not
come after you because that's the state.
FBI
it's not an individual
and watch. But I am looking at it from a different perspective from where I sit and the political spectacle I have on now. In this country, when it becomes Rambo style, people escape pure judgment or trial. We have seen it over and over. So I am advocating that as an anti-corruption campaigner, I am one of those, that President Mahama, I am happy with this solid team. I'm borrowing the current Vice President's words when he was announcing their how do you call it, the economic team. He said, what a solid team. I think with these 5 people, it's a solid team, not a liquid team. So I believe that if we take it like intercepting documents, try as much as possible to prosecute, you lead arrest and all that, it's fine. But when we do the Rambo, then they begin to bury things and then discard document that can be used to prosecute them. That's why I'm drawing your attention to it, that yes, the Rambo prosecution, arrest there. Why not? You arrest, but it shouldn't be the Rambo style. You know what I mean? Honorable, go ahead. Honorable.
Apostle.
Honorable.
Is the line clear? Can you hear me well?
Yes, it's clear now. Very clear now.
Apostle.
Honorable.
In as much as I will agree with you in some level of what you are saying, I don't have any problem with it if they should go that way. But the truth, it will surely go that way. I'm also telling you that the current status of the country, the individual average youth in the country on the streets. See, Apostle, the power President Mahama has invested in his hands, it's not some power to come and play with it all.
I'm telling you.
It's a power to come and make sure that you get every single loot that they stole from the state.
Including the lands. The lands.
Including the lands. The first one is the lands, because that's the real state. That's the real money. Take all those lands back from them. That's a growing economy. Those lands, government will need them at the right time. Government will need them because Accra is one of the biggest cities in the sub-region.
That's right.
And in Africa. And when you take Accra itself, we are talking of the entire size of Accra. Right from the sea to our boundaries where it ends with the eastern region,
Papalo Radio,
ends with the central region, ends with the Volta region. To tell you what we are talking about. Government needs these lands. There must be a continuous decentralization of governance. Stringent mechanisms put in place to make sure that checks and balances works within those institutions.
Honorable, I think I like this sound. So where you are positioning yourself there, stick to that place. Go ahead.
Apostle.
Honorable.
The power that has been invested in the hands of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the president-elect, awaiting inauguration and swearing in, comes 7 January 2025. It's not a power meant for him as individual. It's a power of a movement. And if I talk of movement, I'm talking of the country. I'm talking of the youth. We the youth. We don't care who rules. What we want is there must be a system devoid of corruption, a system that the youth can get jobs, they can get that are qualifying from the tertiary institution, the vocational institution, especially the technical sector. They are empowered in terms of government supporting them with some finances to go into mass production of whatever they are producing.
Apollo Radio.
Take a record of the items that we import into this country annually and ask yourself, don't we have similar factories or industries that also compete within these very commodities that we continue to import into the country?
Well, when there was a ban on this vegetable thing, other countries are complaining because they are not making the monies. So it's good.
And we are making the money. And the money stays here in Ghana. And then you have a bunch of leaders, who are not excused, that's the truth. They are thieves. They are robbers. They steal the state. If the state Ghana belongs to them and it's their personal company, would they be running it like the way they are running it, like some cartel or something? What is that? Apostle, if the and see, there are several millions of Ghanaians who are ready and craving for Rambo-style arrest. I'm telling you, go to the grounds, put your ears on the ground, and do research.
That's right.
Proper research. The Musa Dankwa's research some, not the Paul Adumo Otis own that became like some 100 years okro stew that has been kept not in the fridge. This is what we are talking about. Transfer the Rambo star there, it will happen. So, and Apostle, I can assure you,
so
away from this country, we shall all live here. And let me tell you something. The documents, if they like, they should see. Apostle, the documents all is there. Every single document is there. If they like, they should go and bet the what they want to see. The social media document, everything is there. If it didn't happen, Ghanaians will not complain. It did happen. And Ghanaians complained. And that's the reason why they gave the powers
because
to John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
All right, well, sorry to cut
we are not going to do NDC government. We are going to do Ghana government.
That's right.
Which a Ghana government that, irrespective of whoever is involved, the law will deal with you.
Honorable, sorry to cut
a Ghana that you can't steal state property or state money.
To support your claim, according to Bright Simon's research and investigation, this particular resources, natural resources, gives Ghana $5 billion annually. That is a whole year. So if this has been, how do you call it? People have been able to condone and connive and take portions of it, I mean quantum amount of it, then Ghana is going to suffocate. I agree with the fact that yes, some of them deserve Rambo style of arrest and all that, but the law shouldn't be taken into our own hands where people are beating them. If
Ghana was a very serious country, I'm telling you, let us be frank to ourselves. Apostle, that is the level we have gotten to as a country. If you are an adult, behave like one. In that respect.
You don't demand respect. You must command respect.
Apostle, if Ghana was a country like South Africa or let's say some developed country or something, before God the man, and immediately this thing is out there, by now the BNI of this country would have brought a report that these are the individuals, and now it has been established and confirmed. They would be picked irrespective of they being in government and holding position. That is the level Ghana has got into. If you are a senior officer or you are occupying any government office, make sure you live according to the ethics of that office.
Apollo Radio.
That opulence lifestyle, stealing, thievery, corrupt, stealing state land, using because you feel that you are minister and you are in government, so you can do anything. No, that impunity must stop, irrespective of whoever you are. You are under the laws of this country. You are not bigger than the laws of this country. If you are given an opportunity to serve, it is an opportunity, this is how you call it, or a privilege. It is a privilege that the people have done on you. And there is a lot that is expected of you by the people or from the people. And I'm telling you, Apostle, See, you will see the way Daniel to put fire on President Mama. If he doesn't even use Rambo to arrest some of the people. What are we talking about? What is the laws of this country? There's nothing like Rambo style arrest. See, transactions like this kind of one corruption. Also, just check the gold bars that they were packing yesterday. And ask yourself the question as a Ghanaian. In the US or South Africa, if this quantum of gold bars will be moving out of the country, then it means that there is equally a value of amount of money that is coming back to the state.
But the money never comes; it goes to individual pockets,
and not into individual pockets. The money must come back to the state, and President Mahama needs that money to correct that feeling that
is that. Honorable, is that the agenda where the current vice president says good for oil, blah blah blah, and then Bank of Ghana coming in? That is
the cartel.
Okay.
The cartel. Let's create it and use it.
And then quite recently, the president inaugurated a new office for this particular timing for the inauguration of the Royal Ghana Gold Refinery. Was it
the owners of the Royal Ghana Gold Refinery?
Was it politically motivated?
Go and check the owners of that company and check who are the owners. And when you see the real owners, there is also another real owners. Trace it, track it, and which the state we have the records, we have the evidence. So that Rambo style, it will come. Whether they exist or not, it will come. That is the mood of the country. That is what the youth of this country want.
One gold bar alone, Charlie, honorable, when you are giving one.
If it were be in the America, and this gold is going out there, all the Americans in America, everybody will have a share. And which will come direct to the state. And those are the states, the shares that the government will be using, the local governments will be using to develop the communities and make sure that Ghana catch up with the age in terms of the economic power that she's playing today. Apostle, there's a lot of money in Ghana here. But too many times we get wrong leaders. And one such wrong failure leaders is Baumia and the AKUFO-ADDO. They destroyed this country financially.
Honorable, are we going
but
to
yet
see...
we still have the money. There's a lot of resources in Ghana.
Are we going to see all-inclusive government or strictly NDC?
Which one is the all-inclusive government?
I mean, those who, like the former MP Edward Eni. He's promising your government to review and to expose Ghanaians who are blindfolded by this so-called SHS, who cannot, look into the face of this government and say you are looting the state and it's going to affect us tomorrow. He says he knows and promises to review locations of looted state funds and all that. Aside that, there's a message from I think Apia Kubi, who has also petitioned the president. I am told that he's also ready to say whatever he wants to say concerning this particular government. And somebody like Apia Kubi is one of the top-notch politicians in the MPP, if not Ghana, in the MPP. Very astute, and he speaks his mind right from the word go. Hence, some of them think that that was the reason why he never got a ministerial portfolio.
About
Honorable
Apollo Radio.
Honorable Apia Kubi has decided to be a Ghanaian citizen and not a spectator. Honorable Apia Kubi, that we all know, is a top-notch politician. And this is someone who, if you cut his blood, you still see the NPP blood in him. But have decided that, no, I'm a Ghanaian or a Ghanaian citizen first before I became NPP. Irrespective of whoever gave that to me, that you tell me that, oh, he was also a former something in the party. Yes, that is that person. He was given birth to. They might have taught me the doctrines and everything, but I might decided not to take it based on certain wrong things that is happening today, and that is why Apia Akubi is speaking. The MPP that Honorable Apia Akubi knows is not the same MPP that he's seeing today.
That's what some of the faithful and loyal ones are now.
And the man refuses to be party eyes. He wants to be Ghanaian. He wants Ghana to develop. He wants Ghana to make it. Because when Ghana makes it, that queue that will always go to queue at the American embassy there. None of us will go and queue there. And the people you see that queue is either they are going for exchange programs, education, or some say maybe some going to inspect some business or going to do some transaction and then come back and things. Those are the only people you see. But not most of our youth, our workforce. You see them, they are going in groups. They want to go. And Ghanaians are wonderful people. They are very law-abiding citizens. They are disciplined. They respect rule of law. Not until Nanado and Bamia came to mess things up for us. But we have confidence President Mama is going to do it. So the likes of Honorable Apia Akubi and then the likes of the other colleagues, MPP, team officer that you mentioned, it's not about it. Because if it is money, if it's money, these guys, they have money. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Remember,
this was the same member of parliament, Edward Enin, who said live on Adom TV's program, Bejim, that he knows those who went to kill JB Dankwa. He's the same person, so people have come to believe or trust what he's telling the whole of Ghana or the whole world, because he says AKUFO-ADDO, Oforiata, and the Achem Mafia use free SHS to blindfold Ghanaians so that they could not, they could loot and loot and loot and loot and loot. That is what he says, and he's ready to expose. But far from that, let's shift our attention to this brouhaha about 6 constituencies where the EC or the Electoral Commission have delayed the election results. I saw the press conference of the EC chair, J. Mensah, indicating that they are going to do recollation. They want security from the IGP and all that. I also saw, Jessin, your IT, head of your IT and elections, Honorable Dr. Omane Boama. It says, useless press conference, don't tempt us. Dr. Omane Boama sends strong warning to J. Mensah. And these 6 new patriotic parliamentary candidates in the 2024 elections have filed an application for a judicial review of the form of, in the form of a mandamus, urging the High Court to compel Electoral Commission to collate and declare parliamentary results in their respective constituencies. They were represented by their lawyer Gary Nimakon Mafo. The candidates are Charles Forsen, Tema Central, Frank Anodompre in Sawoma Dwajiri, Patrick Yabuama Okaikoi Central, Martin Kweku Ej Mensa Kosa, Techiman South, Nanekwe Owusu Afriye Blekuma North, and Eric Nana Ajiman, who is also Nana Ajiman Prempe Ahafo North. They are requesting 2 critical orders. First, to seek the mandate of the EC to collate and declare the results of the elections held on December 7, 2024 in their constituency. Second, they call is for the IGP to ensure adequate security at the collation centers to enable the EC to carry out its constitutional duties without further disruptions. Honorable, your take on this one?
Apostle, is that what the law says?
Straight up.
They should go to court. Oh.
You see, Madam James, I see sometimes.
Is it 4 legs bad, 2 legs good, or what?
The woman is still not catching up. She's still not realizing or waking up from her sleep. She's still not herself. She doesn't know what she's doing. That's the gospel truth. If seats were declared, They were declared by the returning officers in their various constituencies.
Interestingly, the EC is even
and if you don't understand, it has been declared. So if you don't understand, you go to court. And there are precedents, and that is what is there.
I think
she's still not realizing that it is not another who is there. She's still not realizing that it's not the NPP government that is there.
Well,
why? She thinks she's bigger than the government, or she thinks she's bigger than the president-elect, or she's bigger than the ADC party. Now we have to be sworn in to put. See, let me tell you, the NDC government has already been put together. It's not something that is going to take them the Excellency John Dramani for. No. The party structures are working. The party structure is working.
Well,
that is the party. You see, the party has learned a lot of lessons. Also, it's not now that you are going to be somebody who is outside the scope that you should come and do what and manage what. You look at the competent and experienced hands within, and these are the very resources that you should use, who share in your visions and also equally want to see the right things done.
Honorable, you don't think they should go ahead and give her maximum security to do the declaration?
Why is the law that she do the collation of her declared results?
This time she's talking about 9 constituencies. The MPP, their candidates are 6 who are going.
Of course, like I assure you that the woman is joking with a friendly fire by to consume she herself and tell you back it. Back it. Are we not living in Ghana? The majority of the Ghanaians that voted for is Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Those constituencies you are talking about, just check the wind. Just check the wind. Before the election, there were several predictions that came that Dr. Mahmoud Babia will not even cross 40%. Apostle, you once interviewed me on your radio where you asked me, and I told you President Mama will score between 56 to 58% thereabout.
I have the voice.
I told you, and I know you have it. And then I told you the NPP, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will be languishing between 36 to say 39%. The voice is there. If you get a time, you just look for it. I told this thing. I told you that was the mood of the country. And even now, as I speak to you, the mood of the country has been so much higher. There were people who couldn't go to vote. Today they are pissed that they should have gone to also add their vote to President Mahama. Because all such persons were eager and ready. If I had gone to the police station, it's definitely President Mahama that they were going to vote for. That thing is already known. So it's not now that the electoral commissioner woman will come and declare with fire or something like that. You are not bigger than Ghana. You are not bigger than the president-elect of the Republic of Ghana. And you are not bigger than the state power. You are under the control and the command of the president. And Ghanaians gave that president that mandate. And Ghanaians have given that president a certain terms and references, certain things that we want, that justice that we want. And I know President Mahama listens to the Ghanaian. And he respects the votes that the Ghanaians have voted for him. And I know his topmost agenda and vision is first developers and youth. Couple and then followed and accompanied arresting the corrupt officials and releasing all the assets back to the states. And those assets are coming back to augment whatever money that he can raise or mobilize. Is to further develop the country, to build roads, to construct drainage systems, to construct our roads.
Honorable, your line. So if you can reposition yourself.
Okay now.
It's better now.
This money, President Mahama, the terms condition that Ghanaian people it is all these stolen money. And I'm happy. The faces that were inaugurated. You look at the likes of the chairman himself. For some time he has been very tremendous when it comes to exposures within the parliamentary records, through the hands out, the business of the day, things that are approved, who are taking what, who are taking this. he's doing so well. And I know there are a lot of people behind him who support him in all those investigative and other things that he goes things. And kudos to all those teams behind him, solidly behind him. That's good. But you see, the truth is that when you look at Raymond Archer, we all know who Raymond Archer is.
The kickbacks.
We all know his credentials. We know how this journalist is.
The kickback saga.
Yes. And he that type who is not too loud. He's always on the ground, but he knows what he's doing.
So he will do the investigations. Honorable Blackwell will intercept documents. Dom Level will audit or procure.
Dom Level is one of the persons that we want to know how the corruption which hunted him.
Papalo Radio.
And this is somebody who is very disciplined. And I'm happy with the caliber of people put over there that he's meeting together to work as a team.
So Martin,
and look at this man,
lawyer Martin. Yeah,
I'll come to Kofi-Wachi. Fantastic. This is somebody. When you talk of security, you can't still push it away from him.
Why was he denied the IGP position?
At what time?
Within this government.
Yet to be shown in government.
I mean, I'm not talking about your incoming government. I'm talking about
the previous government.
That's right. This particular
government. You mean the previous government?
Yes. We were told that he also qualifies to be the IGP, COP at the time, but not this time. I'm not talking about this time. I mean,
okay, fine.
He was denied.
But what? Okay, but what I do not know is those who were made the IGP. What I do not know is between they and then the Captain Kofi-Wachi, who are the senior most. Yes, we all qualify to what? To become chief executive officers. Because that is the IGP in his office. He becomes the IGP, Inspector General of Police for Ghana. We all qualify because they are there. You see them, COP, they are there plenty. But they have seniority. They have seniority. There were people who were there. They started service before you also got there. Even though you got there and on merit, you deserve it, and that's why you qualify to be at the same level with them. But yes, they are senior. As a secretary, of course, the constituency as it stands now, there was one senior most person who is late. Last time I talked about him. And in spite of the structures, I might say maybe I'm there before him, but then I have respect for him because of the way he conducted himself. I respected him a lot, and he really helped. So that come to the Kofi-Wachi issue. So I think at that moment I don't know whether that is the situation. So I wouldn't want to even talk about. But the issue is, I would not be surprised that the Mohamed Awad and the rest were maybe senior to him. 1, 2, and then 2, maybe some connections somewhere. You understand? Because sometimes this thing is not just easy like that.
You have to love
the president. There are a lot of people on his table.
Apollo Radio.
There are lots of people on his table, but the president will prefer. He knows what he wants and what he wants to be done. And once he looked at it, this is what he wants.
Well, this is not part of the discussion, but
then you come to Martin Pebu.
Okay.
You know, ironically, Martin Pebu that I know, honestly speaking, Apostle,
he was always on the neck of former President John Dramani Mahama's government, and then
absolutely
he did say
until the coming of Nana Bamia, it was then that I realized that President Mahama was a siege. And quite apart from that, Martin Pebu, I'm telling you today, Apostle, on record, this 2023 was his first time. No, I think 2023 was his first time that he got registered as a voter.
Wow.
The man never voted before. He came to register at Medina district office, and I met up with him, and he told me, he said it, that in his whole life he has never voted.
Wow.
He will do the talk and things like that, but this time, with this rot that he has seen, and the way the country is going, no, he must vote. His vote must be counted. And that's the reason why he came. And he came purposely to vote for President Mahama.
I like
because
his soft-spoken, voice. Very
Apollo Radio.
He's very eloquent and very intelligent man.
Yeah.
And he's very disciplined. And when we talk of this, the people don't understand. Discipline. Apostle, you know what I'm talking about. These are top guys that whatever you can put out there, genuine fact, nothing but a fact. When you take the time, you do due diligence, they take all the necessary things. We invite you, ask your question. And these are guys that you can't go and bribe. You can't bribe them. They don't need your bribe. They are surviving on their own by the grace of Almighty Allah God. They don't need your bribe. And they respect the president who appointed them, who put them there, because they know the president himself is not corrupt. President Mama, they plan all kind of smearing to smear him and here and there and the rest. But he never washed, because Almighty God's hands is on him. But the man was a genuine-hearted man. The man really wanted development for this country. He really wanted job opportunities for the youth of this country. And if the Mama had continued from 2016 onwards, Apostle, I can show you that today, Ghana, we are far from this level. Then we would have seen a lot of developmental projects within our communities. And we would have seen our economy be resilient, robust. We have seen the discipline within our Christian institutions. Most institutions, almost everyone, they are all corrupt. Why must it be so, Apostle? So the water, a black Domlevu, Kofi Wachi. Look at the kind of discipline that Kofi Wachi brought in Ashanti region. And not just in Ashanti region, other places. We are all humans. We have our weaknesses, we have our strength. But on a day, you will not beat Kofi Wachi when it comes to defending the state.
That's right.
Forget about friendship. If there's a way of doing it to get you just can't pay back the money. And me, Apostle, I'll be easily a part of this looters. Apostle.
Yes.
If I were to be part of this looters, the first thing I will do, I will volunteer the information myself. And then wherever the money that I took, I will just bring it back. Pleading for clemency. You bring back the money, you pay the clemency, then we take back the money. Because we need the money more than your as for you, God is already dealing with you. And the Ghanaian people's mouth is already working with you, moving with you. But the only thing is, the Ghanaian people need that money, that stolen money, we need it back. President Mama should use that money to come and fix the road networks within Medina. President Mama should use that money to come and give us 100 or 150 bed hospital in Medina. And we have land. Whoever tells you that we don't have land in Medina to do the 150 or 200 or 300 bed hospital, tell the person that the secretary said, we have the land right on the demarcation of Medina land. It's all about sitting down, let community know the development that's come and how it's blessing the entire community.
Honorable, others are of the view that from the look of things, most of your MPs are going to be redundant or inactive because you have majority two-thirds in parliament and few are going to be given positions. But I remember a friend did a research and got to know that this current government had about 7,000 workers. So my friend was on the view that, so why do you think Afenyo Markin think that 188 are going to be inactive? Most of them are going to be inactive, just doing parliamentary work. And the constitution says more must be taken from parliament. Well, we also did our own investigation and we had a leak. And in this leak, we have the Chief of Staff, Mr. Richard Kwame Appiah Jr., Deputy Chief of Staff, Dr. Valerie Sawyer, Executive Secretary to the President, Lawyer Tony Lito, Communications Director at the Flagstaff House, Neelante Vanderpoy, Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Lawyer.
I'm coming.
In fact,
I'm coming.
Lawyer Kojoga. Do you know that, Honorable, I had a dream that we were sharing this thing on radio.
Apostle.
When I got to this one, you stopped.
Apollo Radio.
Apostle. I'm coming. Yeah. No, I'm not stopping, but I just want to.
No.
Just interjection. I just want to put that. But what I mean is that I'm coming. What I mean is that thing, that document that you are reading or you are mentioning, okay, it's fake. That document you have made, that's why I don't want you to waste the viewers, the listeners at this point. I don't want us to waste their time. That document is fake. President Mahama has not signed or brought out any list. But I can assure you, President Mama himself knows the government already. The government, the NDC party knows the government. And this time our government is simple. It's a party structure. And it's going to be based on discipline. Because President Mama is who share in his vision. President Mama needs people who are ready to support him to make sure he succeeds and then get to execute his plan as stipulated or as in terms of any plan. The President Mama's plan is to develop Ghana, to make sure the youth of Ghana get jobs, to make sure there's no corruption in Ghana. You can't get 100% corruption out, but at least to the best minimum level, it's achievable. So, and from the best minimum level, we will now get to no corruption at all.
That's right.
And that's how America is. Only that America is corruption. There are several corruptions in America. But when it comes to where the state should be short change or shortcut, those kind of things, that one, the American citizen knows the consequences that await him. So you're not there. But what is there for him to do as a business trade? The state gets its own, he also gets what he deserves. That is it. They are good to go. So Apostle, the issue is that document is fake.
All right.
It's fake.
Honorable, let's see. This is a letter written by the Gomoa Central MP elect. He's sending a very nice and powerful open letter to the president-elect, that is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. This is from A+, Kwame A+. He said, open letter to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, president-elect of the Republic of Ghana. I'm reading this because this is somebody who was one of the loud mouths in the MPP. And for whatever reason, we were told he was denied contract and blah, 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 and all that. But going about his duties, he realized that no, what the party he loves so much is doing, the trajectory, the path they are going won't help Ghanaians. He started speaking openly. He was very vociferous about the inept and then this incompetent government, as he was saying at the time. But this is his letter. He said, "Dear President-elect, it is with great humility and profound respect that I extend my heartfelt congratulations to you on your return to the highest office of the land. You have journeyed a long and winding road, and your victory is not just a testament to your political prowess, but a reflection of the trust and hope that Ghanaians have placed in you. Your Excellency, this letter will not be burdened with advice, for if there is a man whose life has been a masterclass in leadership and resilience, it is you. You are without question Ghana's luckiest and most experienced statesman. From serving 3 terms as a member of parliament to being a deputy minister for communication in 1996 and a full minister or substantive minister from 1997 to 2000, vice president and then president. Your journey is a tapestry of rich experience. Even after being voted out, you spent 8 years in opposition only to rise again and claim the presidency. The NDC has demonstrated unshakable faith in your leadership, believing in you and presenting you multiple times for president. But know this, Mr. President, it is the river that remembers every stone. As for the ocean, it forgets every drop. Ghana is larger than any political party, and pleasing its diverse and discerning citizens is a task as arduous as killing a mosquito sucking blood on the testicle. Yet you can create a thread that ties your heart to that of Ghana, though invisible but stronger than chains. Your connection to the people must be guided by love, passion, and dedication to their well-being. Mr. President-elect, rhetoric is the wind that whispers through the ears. It is action that builds lasting monuments. Ghana does not need a grand speeches or lofty promises. What she needs is a solid foundation for progress. As the saying goes, a bridge built on whispers will crumble beneath the weight of footsteps. Your second chance is an opportunity to construct bridges that will stand the test of time. In opposition, you were like the tree that bends to the storm, so it does not break. You heard much, saw much, and learned even more. Carry those lessons with you into this presidency. The storms of criticism, hardship, and opposition have shaped you, and now you must rise like the oak that shelters many beneath its branches. This is your moment to leave a legacy that generations will honor. Should you falter, the weight of failure will rest solely on your shoulders. But should you succeed, your name will echo through history as the leader who transformed Ghana into a beacon of hope and prosperity. As you take the reins of leadership, remember that the heart of a leader must be the people. Let your actions speak louder than words, and let your love for Ghana be the light that guides you. Yours in service to Ghana, Kwame Asarioben,
Papalo Radio,
aka A+, Member of Parliament, elect Gomoa Central constituency. What a heartfelt message. Honorable, what do you say about this? That is why I initially asked you if the government is going to be an all-inclusive government.
Apostle.
Honorable.
I doff my heart out to A+.
That's right.
Very this evening.
So touching. So touching.
For this wonderful peace. And A+ humankind, we are just very few. We are not so many. And Apostle, you are one of them.
Thank you, sir.
When you see the truth, you try as much as you can to make sure that it is the truth. You don't go be bending the truth.
That's right.
We are just few. Today, a lot more people, you can't tell. And for A+ to rising to know the vision of President Mahama, his dreams and aspirations, what President Mahama stands for, what President Mahama was and will always be and will continue to be and will continue to improve and get things right. Ghana at this point in our time needs a president like President Mahama. Apostle, are you aware that President Mahama's announcement led to the dollar falling down straight away?
Yeah.
The dollar went down sharply. Do you recall the U.S. elections? After the declaration
Donald
of
Trump, the same thing
Donald Trump, you saw the currency standing strong, and you saw how things were changing at once. You know, it is a testament of security and discipline. That is the brand of those two leaders: security and discipline. And when you have security and you have discipline, you have security, you will tend to achieve success. You will tend to fulfill most of your visions. Apostle.
Honorable.
A+ is so deep to have known what A+ wrote. That is exactly what President Mahama stands for. So that's why I'm telling you that A+ is deep. It's not everybody who can write this, or it's not everybody who. Because what you vote is exactly what President Mahama embodies. That is exactly what President Mahama stands for. President Mahama's vision is to see a Ghana that tomorrow, when he leaves, Ghanaians will continue to mention his name for the employment that he generated for Ghanaian youth, for the developmental projects that took place in Ghana, in our communities especially. I'm talking of the districts and municipal and metropolitan assemblies. Those are where the developments are judged. The signature project which employs more Ghanaian artisans, promptly payment of contractors, Ghanaian contractors, and even foreign contractors. But mostly priority to Ghanaian contractors, because when you pay Ghanaian contractors, the money remains here in Ghana. And this money goes in the pockets of the individual Ghanaian citizens. But if you want to be corrupt, that is where you want to centralize everything and everything. But President Mahama, that we know, he loves decentralization. And even at the level of decentralization, he has competent and experienced people. He has people who he can trust, people who share his visions and his ideas and his ideology. That is what President Mama represents. And Apostle, remember I told you earlier on before you are telling me that you are reading even this thing, that because you are the first person reading this document of A+ to me. But earlier on, you remember I told you that this thing that you said, that's exactly what I told you.
That's right.
That is the power that has been vested in the hands of President Mahama. And that's why I'm telling you that you will see Rambo style arrest. And Ghanaians support it.
Honorable, so let me add this
one. Can go get the seat. That is the law.
Let me add this one to it. Just see news coming in. The minority in parliament has raised concern over alleged corruption surrounding government decision to contract a private entity for the operation of the newly commissioned e-gate system at Kotoka International Airport. The 147 million euros project intended to streamline passenger arrivals and reduce processing times has been criticized for lacking transparency and being fraught. Now, according to your minority chief whip, Gavins Agboja, he said the whole airport constructed under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, that is the Terminal 3, was 250 million euros. And then E-Gate is costing 147 euros. My God. It's just like turning the now former Kotoka, how do you call it, the former Kotoka, turning it into another standard of Terminal 3. That is the quantum of money, the money that the E-Gate alone is taking. 150. 147 euros.
It's almost $150 million. 150 million euros. So it's just like saying that, self-paying project, Scaba. It's a 140 something million to $150 million. Let me go back to the Kotoka, the now local this in the arrivals, or a local this in operation, or this in domestic this inside of the airport, to further develop it to a standard like a Terminal 3. And all places will be working. So we have the section of the domestic airlines, we have the section of foreign airlines, and everything is happening. That is the 24-hour economy. So the 150 million euros could go in to do or to upgrade that level of the old airport to a new status, almost to the Terminal 3, which will also be operational, and Ghana will recoup a lot of returns. And through that returns, we can even pay back. If it is a loan, we can pay back the loan. If it is not loan, it's the money that will remain in the coffers of the state. I don't know how some of our leaders they think. I don't know. Sometimes there are people who say, when you go there, no, it's not true. It is who you are before you go there. This is what we are talking about, 150 million euros. Just Egypt, and a malfunction Egypt. Is that not the case? Because the last time he himself stood there, he did it and the thing was not working. And you could hear from the background the things that people are saying. Like what is happening? We ever the chicken and 140 something million.
147 euros.
No, Tadi, Tech, and answer from other IT gurus within Ghana. Domestic identity, the domestic companies and also local companies, they will be able to install that technology.
No, but one of the things I do understand about Ghana is, why are we doing this to ourselves? We go outside. The first time I went to South Africa was in 2008. When I got there, I was shocked. And I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. So our ministers, our leaders come here. And people are of the view that they even have facilities here. What are you talking about? I went to Europe. I saw how things are done. Some of the, in fact, their road network even passes underground, under the sea. Can you imagine? You'll be under the sea and you'll be traveling. So I look at the train network and all that.
And they ask, how much did it cost them to construct that?
I'm telling you. So you
realize that that money, we are getting those monies in Ghana.
So we see all this and it's about wickedness.
That is it. And failure, incompetence, thievery, stealing. That is what is killing them. Nana don't go and 60 to 60. or to 70 in government. Ade Ghana no your Ghana no the mamwana. And where your children can actually running on coupon. You know understand
Honorable,
it's very bad. It's very terrible. Apostle. It's not funny.
Very.
And that is what is making you and I to suffer. That is what continues to make you and I to buy the petrol at expensive price. See, Apostle, if Ghana, the money we go to take as loan outside into this country, if we are able to cut down corruption to even about 50%, Apostle, we'll be able not to go in for total amount of the loan that we are going in for at the moment. And rather look at that, the domestic mobilization. Build things that we want to build in this country. But you see, why Ghanaians continue to complain about increment of taxes is that the leaders themselves, they are thieves. Ghanaians, we pay those taxes and yet we don't see the development.
That's right.
The state we are as a Ghana, as a country, we can mobilize funds through taxes and be able to execute certain developmental projects locally. But because our leaders for many 2 times have misled the people and living some kind of flamboyant life with the money, lifestyle, and extravagance, you see they are making the resources, the money is coming, the cash inflows is coming, but yet you cannot equate it to the level of developmental project that we continue to see in our communities. That is the problem. And that is what President Mahama doesn't hate in his life. So this is where you need to get people who share in your visions and people who are the party
the person at which you are speaking and how you've gone about your politicking all these years. I hope and believe that when anybody appointed in your government also want to toe that corrupt line, I'm sure you use the same energy to condemn, and the president must also be ready to press the bell for those people to be prosecuted as an example.
Apostle.
Honorable.
First, I speak as a Ghanaian. Second, before my political party comes in. But what does my political party represent? That's the question.
Probity and accountability.
And absolutely. And the issue is, Apostle, I won't prevent anybody from doing business, but make sure you don't steal the state.
That's right.
Make sure you don't rob the state. Make sure the state money, the taxes, the finances that are coming, you use it to develop the state. And if I say use it to develop the state, I'm talking of construction of drainage systems within our inner road. Let me use Medina as a classical model. Let me use Medina. Let me limit myself to Medina, because what I will say about Medina is a replica to all the other 17 something district and municipal assemblies. That is it, because it's decentralization. Make sure those monies that are accrued, or those taxes or funds that are accrued, make sure you use them judicious. Make sure you use them to develop or construct the inner roads or inner drainage system and inner road, tiling the inner roads within. About the classic example that I'm talking about Medina is that you see the stretch from Atomic overhead all the way come to Medina Zongo Junction, all the way to Medina Reef traffic light, all the way to the Adenta barrier that's in front of the World School, and going to the Pantan traffic light. Then you go all the way to Oyarefa. You know, when you get to Oyarefa, sometimes before you get to the terminal and you got some go slowly there. Especially on the day that the community gets some programs or something, right, and things in there.
That's right.
How do you ease this route? Because the time limit that we use to go and do transaction determines the amount of revenue that we get in per day. If I'm going to Accra, if I'm in Medina, I'm going to Accra, it shouldn't take me more than 30 minutes to get to Accra.
That's right.
On a normal day. But how do we ease that? The only way we can ease that is when you construct the inner roads within Medina. Medina's out lane is just like Adabaka. Yes, that's how the Medina design is. So when you are able to construct the inner roads, that's the inner drainage systems, the tiling of the roads, you ease the traffic on that stretch that I earlier on mentioned.
That's right.
How do you do that? There are inner routes that links from those very stretches that I talked about.
Yeah, the traffic is always at the tail end of the main road.
Exactly. So when you do the inner roads, the road become more trouble. So lorry station, for instance, maybe the Medina lorry station, for instance, the places that I mentioned, Atomic, all the way to most of the drivers will divert when they are coming from Accra.
That's right.
Well, for instance, a car that is going to Mofi, when you get to say Atomic, before Atomic overhead, maybe UPS, he can decide to connect to the UPS road, come through the Atraco junction there, and go through the estate. And that road is mostly not traffic road, and cut across and get to Mofi through a simple route that there will not be traffic. So most of the cars going through that side, most of the cars going through Dodowa can still use this inner route that I'm talking about, and they will get to their destination. And it will open up those communities, those areas. That is what means that your country has developed or you have moved. Because if when it opens up, you will see it to become a mix. You see residential and commercial activities at the same time. In Europe, in developed countries, when you go, that's how they live. You see a huge apartment, and you go inside, they have stores, they have shops, they have malls, they have hotels, they have normal houses, private rooms, and other things. Everything is there. So 247 life is going on there.
I know Medina too, and I like the atmosphere, the way they comport themselves and go about
that
their
is Medina for you.
Yeah.
And many a times, one thing is, anytime there's going to be election, they always write Medina as a troublesome zone.
That's right. Flash
or as a danger zone. Yes. Meanwhile, elections upon elections upon elections have proved that Medina, we always have violence-free elections. You cannot have 100% in all
until you touch them illegally, you are peace. You can walk about freely.
Absolutely.
And all that.
In Medina, both political party, we know ourselves. So if you see in Medina, you come to Medina, you see MPP, NDC, they say they are fighting. They are strangers or they are foreigners that came to live with us.
All right, honorable.
So yeah, we don't fight.
Hold your breather, and then let me read some comment that had trickled in, and then we'll continue. Show sponsored by Nana One Shoes and Shabak Photography and Papa Law Farms. So, Dorcas Dugbaza says, where from all these ghost investors and what is Ghana turning into? All these people must be arrested. Freeman says, great explanation. It's a powerful explanation. I don't know which one, but maybe in the course of our discussions. Dorcas Dugaza again says, if Mahama didn't win these elections, we wouldn't have seen all these things that are happening now. Ghana would have collapsed under this corrupt MPP government. I'm sure Dorcas is one of your own. Papalo Radio, straight up. And then Dorcas says, great words from A+. Honorable, go ahead. But before that, let me take this story about this cholera outbreak. And one of your own is advocating that people go for the vaccine. The Ghana Health Service or have released a vaccine. And how do you call it? The Western Region Communication Department of your party is advocating that everybody, because if you care to know, and there are a lot of people who has been diagnosed with this cholera outbreak, and the death toll has reached 15, with over 1,500 cases recorded within Sekendi Takrade. And so one of your secretary, that is for the Western region, Richard Kek Mensa, is advocating that people should go for the vaccines, and then they are also helping with education so that matters will not escalate rapidly to kill a lot of the people. The health service have also introduced a vaccine, and he strongly encouraged everyone. But where I love so much is the fact that he himself have gone for the vaccine. So he's telling everybody, if you are scared, I want you to know, that perception about COVID-19 vaccine where people says because of that, the ladies, they can't menstruate, they can't give birth. The men too have become impotent, blah blah blah. They are having issues with their health system. The generality of their health is under attack, and so people are a bit skeptical when it's about vaccines. Honorable, your party has taken this step, especially educating our mothers in the market areas, especially the market women. What do you say to this?
If you are sick and you decided that you will not go to the hospital, you die. Apostle.
Honorable.
If you are sick and you decided that you will not go to the hospital for medication, won't you die? You will die.
Yeah.
And if you are in the house, you will definitely have to go for aid in the pharmacies, drugstores, and pharmacies. So it's quite simple. And I love that direction. And you see, it's about education. What is the Civic Commission on Education? What are they doing? What's their job? That's their duty. They have to also see with the advance. I know for the past 8 years they've been struggling. I know for the last 8 years they've been struggling, and it's like they are struggling. I know it's partly something that they get inadequate. You know, those all were making it under NDC. Under this, they were getting resources, they were getting logistics. Even though it wasn't that bad, it was better. And they were able to carry out some of their duties and responsibilities. You get it? But I have faith in Almighty Allah, and I honestly know President Mahama, inshallah, will do a lot. He will do a lot because there's a lot of expectation on him, yes. But we need, as much as we manage our expectations, some of us know who he is. Let me tell you something, Apostle. Are you aware that there are several foreign investors who are ready to come in just because President Mahama has been elected as president? There are several other companies that folded out. They are ready to come back.
Amazing.
Apostle, these guys, they are coming back. They are going to employ Ghanaians. And this time, President Mahama would have already negotiated with them. You are coming with only 30% or 35%.
You are bringing up something. You are bringing up something that I really questioned Honorable Ashama about it, and I'm going to do the same thing to you. I'm going to pose the same question. Others of the view that Mahama, His Excellency Mahama, is trying to take the idea, copy and paste the idea of Baumia's digitalization and retooling and resourcing private sector so that they can employ more. Aside that, the fintech issue, they are also talking about it, that Mahama has mentioned it. It's going to work where you can work from home, you can do a lot of things with that. People are saying he's trying to copy and paste Baumia's ideologies. Do you agree?
Apostle.
Honorable.
Some of us, as you used to say, Ghanaians, some of we Ghanaians, we are not myopic. So, this thing that you are talking about, Apostle, who first in this country said he's going to train about more than 1 million or 3 million decoders, youth, in decoding? Who in this country first made that promise or that kind of statement? Apostle, it was President Mahama who made that statement. Who was President Mahama? Who first made that statement? And President Mahama has been one of the backbones when they talk of IT digitalization in this country today. Apostle, let me set our business small. It was not President Mahama that we bought this cyber optic all the way.
That's right.
To the Eastern Corridor, all the way to the northern region there. It's the same President Mahama that the same President Mahama built when he was laying down the underground fiber optics. He said, no, when I'm laying these cables, it needs a powerhouse to store data. And immediately he wanted to leave the Accra Digital Center. Today, most of the knowledge Gambia goes out to do this digitalization. All the data are being stored at the Accra Digital Center. That's where they are stored. The question you and I should ask ourselves is who built that center? Apostle, you are a seasoned journalist, and I've always said that you are few among the rest.
So the dream.
When you see the truth, you follow the truth.
Somebody dreamed first before somebody started heralding it as his own.
And this one, it wasn't even dreamt. It was executed. It was implemented. This dream was implemented. It was under President Mark as a communication minister. He started it somewhere.
So somebody was just amplifying it. Somebody was just amplifying it to make it look
exactly.
Like,
there are videos of the Mama in 2016 launching the e-platforms and other things, or where you can do several things through the internet. PCG in 2018, they only invited Bamia to come and witness the launch officially. Meanwhile, they were operating it before some that thing killed them. So, Apostle, President Mama, when they talk of digitalization in this country, President Mama has the part and parcel of that dream. Not just only a dream, he implemented it. There are several IT drives that President Mama implemented under his tenure. And today, all the noise that was going around and other things and stuff. And President Mama is not only going to make noise for digitalization. Finances will come in. He will talk about economy. He will work on the economy. He will deliver. And he will make the economy much better as compared to its currency. President Mama's election alone has changed certain things currently as we speak. But at the moment, Apostle, you and I know that there's a tool in the system. You and I know how the IPPs, they are old, the independent power producers, they have done to an amount of money that government owes them at this point in time.
Well, so far your audits about
Papalo Radio.
ECG,
Straight up.
you've discovered about 2-something million US dollars debt. So President Mahama is of the view that yes, we're using the power, but on credit basis.
And that's where we are today, which is not supposed to be. You remember under the tenure of President Mama, ECG declared profit, and they were declaring profit. Apostle,
Honorable.
Under President Mama, ECG, they declared profit. They were making profit, ECG. Let's have one time, and then go delve deep into the activities of ECG under President Mama. And I'll bring you out all the facts and figures. ECG was doing good at a point in time. They started making profit. It was under President Mama that this excess power generation was implemented to exporting power. The early days of the MPP, when they took over, they were asking, why this excess power? Why? And they thought it was just wasted. And we educated them and made them know that this is where it goes, and this is the foreign currency that we in as a country or as a nation, before they became to terms. So there's a lot to be done. With the coming of President Mahama, there are several countries who are ready.
All right, so Honorable, let me.
They have a honest African leader, honest international and national leader.
I like to put out informations accurately according to GH1.
Papalo Radio.
Has
straight up
significantly mismanaged the energy sector. That is John Mahama, His Excellency. He said MPP has significantly mismanaged the energy sector. They kept the light. They kept the light on by accruing debt. So far, we have audited 2.5 billion US dollars in arrears. So I said 2.5 million, but it's 2.5 billion so far. The auditing of those results, but. The Electoral Commission rejected constituencies' parliamentary results. That is Dome, Kwabenya, Okaikoi Central, Ablekuma North, Tema Central, Ahafo-Ano Southwest, Ahafo-Ano North, Obuasi East, Techima South, and in Sawom, Aduejiri. But as we speak, there's this disturbing subject about this young boy, even though it's not politics, but because on this platform we talk about everything, current affairs, we also took note of or notice of this particular judgment from the court about Prophet Selim Fuamuakon's son, who used his car to kill, bang into the car of these innocent girls, who two of them died. And judgment has been pronounced, and he is going to the senior correctional prison for underage for 6 months. For 6 months, and the family is depressed. They are of the view that there should be harsher punishment. And what broke the camel's back is the fact that the parents have been fined for just, I will say just, because that is peanut to this parent we are discussing here. 12,000 Ghana cedis for negligence. Honorable, you are a father, you have kids. How do you address such a situation? This topic is also political, because people are of the view that the rich always buy justice. Is it one of those? Or the laws must be changed, looking at the face of the law?
Apostle.
Honorable.
We are all Ghanaian. And no Ghanaian is more than any other Ghanaian. No one will claim or claims or will ever try to say me I'm a Ghanaian more than you. The laws have to deal with all of us accordingly. That is where we get a peaceful society. That is where we get a very respectful, calm society, where development thrives, and not in the face of injustice and inoperance. First, the sentence of the boy is in the right direction. And that is the laws of the country. So they acted according to the laws or under the laws of the country. That's what the court exercised. So that one is legit. Yes. Maybe in some jurisdiction, as it involves death, maybe it could have been something else. Thankful to lawyers to sue today. There's no any death sentence now. If not, you kill 2 human beings, isn't it?
Yeah.
You must also be killed. It's simple as that. Because one, you are not at the age to drive. If our law, as it stands, I used to know.
According to sources, the guy has been driving. Yeah, the parents are aware.
And secondly, you don't even have the license to drive.
The father says he drives in Ghana without license.
That is how irresponsible the father is. That is how irresponsible he is. At least common first class or first stage license, he must be able to have with his level. It is what the son has emulated from the father. That is what the father is. And the son has also discovered that, oh, my father somehow
so you agree with me? You agree with me that the rich always get their way through when it comes to the law, because somebody is underage, but I see them at some prisons with a lot of years.
Yes, and apostle in some jurisdictions is true. In some jurisdictions is not true. In jurisdiction that is true is, for instance, okay, this one like this, it happened this way. You get it? And the law must bite. And the law has bite. But where I'm not happy is the fine. Sally for Makwata, the society knows he worth more than that amount of money. That's one. Two. Apart from he being worth more than this amount of money. Even the people who are dead, can that 12,000 Ghana cedi bring them back to life?
No.
Unless there's a third who is hurt, isn't it?
Yeah.
That third party, are you saying that 12,000 can cover only the bills and the person will continue for the rest of his life to struggle?
That is peanuts. Now accessing.
Right from the judge. That is where I disagree with the judge.
Papalo Radio. Straight up.
Disagree with the judge. 12,000 Ghana cedi for what? If I think to get, and then me, you dictate me my leg, or maybe say you deform me to sit down.
It's disheartening.
That judge who said that 12,000 should put it off
It's disheartening.
Of the victim.
I
see the trauma that the victim always will go through. Will continue to go through that trauma will continue to be with the victim for the rest of her life or his life.
The grandmother is crying and calling for harsher punishment for the young boy. And then it's an insult and injustice for that 12,000. For what? Who is going to take?
Let me tell you this secret. If that young boy was to be an ordinary or average somebody, the judge would have told him that he's waiting for maybe 15 years, 10 years or 5 years or something. That is exactly what the judge have done. But on the other hand, thankful to God, the judge escaped that and decided that I will give 6 months.
6 months by June he's back.
The 6 months comes back, is he coming to drive again?
By June he's
what is he coming back to?
Papalo Radio. Straight up.
So painful.
What is he coming to do after 6 months? And you see, the father himself must also be prosecuted. If the father was to be in some Cocoa City village, he will not serve sentence.
I think one of these days you should give me lawyer Sosu's number so that I
will arrange that platform for you so that you get him
about this one. Because I'm
because
sad.
you can talk more about the law.
I'm sad. But the other lawyers who are of the view that yes, after this judgment, the family can sue the family. They can sue the gentleman's family, that is the father, the mother, and then the gentleman himself. So the
and that is the way the family should go.
That's right.
They can sue, and when they sue, it should be more of civil, and then there must be cost financially.
Yeah.
Because that trauma would never go away with the family. But there must be a compensation by the Salifamako family to that family in a extent that at least it will be called decent. That is total insult with that amount of money. That is where I don't side with that. I sided with the judge simply because the 6 months, he didn't leave the boy off the hook. They gave the boy 6 months because they think that the father involved. That is where we say there's no law in Ghana. Because if there's a law in Ghana, the father himself will be dealt with. Because the father acted as though he didn't know or is not aware the boy is driving, fair enough. But this one, the father made some public pronouncement. That indicates that yes, he's aware.
That is one of the reasons why Ghana has voted for President Mahama over so that some of the laws will be changed.
But Mama will tell you, he will caution you if you go and commit that one, the law will deal with you.
That's right.
It's not like Ronaldo or Bamia. That means I will allow me my own family to go and commit. Because me, I'm the president, so my family can commit and go scot-free.
No.
President Mama, in our government, Abu Apili. We all saw the face of Abu Apili. President Mama would, if there was an executive president, he could have just said no, you won't allow. And then you also become a clearing agent. Just have Ronaldo and Bamia chief. Where Bamia's wife can go involve herself in something state programs, get somebody's property, what is not name, at this report, and Ramadan fighting for her, go to demolish the whole thing, where the matter was even in court, you go and it's not a stupidity. You go and lie to the court, go down, in the night, when the person doesn't even know, off guard, then you just go there with bulldozers and military people and so. Those military organizations must be found, must be set, and you must be prosecuted. You must face the law. I'm happy President Mama sounded that those officers and military men who go to bully agents and things and other things will be answerable.
Are they real soldiers?
Apostle, if they are not real soldiers, won't they be answerable? And look at the West.
That amazing Ghana where some people can be given all the military accoutrement just to go and mess up.
Like
that nonsense must stop. Honorable, thank you very much. Your final words. I will meet you on the other side again.
My final words to the Ghanaian people and to the world at large. Ghana now have a responsible president. Ghana now have a president who is visionary. Ghana have a president who is tolerant, a president who is disciplined, a president who will not want to be associated with any corruption. They tried to smear him several occasions, but it never worked. It never worked. That is who President Mama is. And at this point of our current status as a country, President Mama needs all of us, our support.
That's right.
This President Mama needs all of us, not only Ghana, globally. President Mama needs, and me, I know there are several individual countries that will come out and cancel certain debts and give Ghana the opportunity because they have a good leader. And he will take us to the promised land. And I know for sure President Mama will not let Ghanaians down. And the NDC party itself will never let Ghanaians down. That wrongs will not be repeated. But I assure you, whatever we have to do for Ghanaians to know that yes, they have a real president, we will get it done. And President Mama is going to take us to the promised land. At this point, he needs all of us, our collaborations. He needs all of us, our support. We all have to turn into the vigilante, the 24/7 vigilante, the 24/7 economy. It involves insecurity and everything. In fact, it starts with security and discipline. Wherever you are, where you know any minister who has stolen money, who has stolen Ghana money, and he has packed those monies in their homes or in those houses,
even
volunteer the information.
Within your area, if you see people bagging things and at night they are arranging things,
alert the government.
The Whistleblowers Act is in force.
Excellent. It supports you, it protects you.
That's
Bring it out. And once you give the information, volunteer the information, the state will move in. And that is why I'm telling you that there will not be any Rambo stuff. But you see a similar thing that you think it's a Rambo, it's not Rambo. That is the state. That's the state power. Yes. That is the state power. You are stealing from the state, which you are not supposed to do. The government has every right to come with, even with soldiers, to come and pick you up. Show us where the money is, and we'll go and take the money and we will leave you. It's simple.
Well,
if you attack the money, you confiscate your head.
You are bringing another topic, but I'm sorry we have to end here. I have always advocated that the Jerry Rawlings style of leadership. Look at Burkina Faso, young guy. Look at how he's transforming things there. It's about give me the money. Tomboya, that guy is which of the countries? He also did coup. Tomboya, something. One of the Gambia. Is it Gambia? Yes.
No,
not Gambia. One of the countries. Guinea. Yeah. Tomboya, he told his team, the national team, you are going to play the African Cup of Nations. Make sure you win. If you don't win, bring me back those bonuses. He took it back. It's nothing like court. So for the Rambo style, I am not saying I disagree. But I don't want it to be physical, like Boboni Pano, you are trying. No, just hey, go and bring the money. All right, why no? You bring the money and go. No prosecution.
That's why I'm telling you that. You see, me I'm not interested in whether Muhammad used bleach water or something. I'm more interested in really retrieving the money.
Me, I think if we call the person or go for after the person and the money is there and the person is willing to tell us everything and bring everything he has looted. We take it and then because the court,
Apostle,
court is
you
so
don't need
funny.
For you to in fact, Apostle, you don't need for us to even come after you. You yourself just carry the money and go there and go tell it. Listen, I'm in Pachabunchi. Now we spend the life of him. You know what?
I like
that one. Maybe there will be some clemency. That may be instead of harsh punishment. It will be a bit okay. But why you want to play like you are Mungu Yaro? We are Mungu Yaro past you. And today, we are in a global village.
That's right.
We are in global village.
Oh, people can
even if you hit those money in the US or in the Caribbean, we will have a list of writing to the Caribbean authorities to return the money back to the country.
Yesterday night, I should say, somebody videoed vans with the hazards on, with motorcade in front and backwards. And somebody just captured it and sent it to one of your people in the US. And then you have to send it to Basintali and Co. That, hey, they are carrying cash. And they apprehended that car too. So I think the time has come for you politicians and the political class to know that Ghanaians are now wide awake. You don't mess with Ghanaians again. Kwame Nkrumah says something. Kwame Nkrumah says you see Ghanaians as very timid, but they are just watching. But when they lose their tempers, you run away. And that is what has happened in this election. And I see more happening because those we thought were too powerful will be crying for mercy in the coming months or days or weeks. I'm telling you.
Apostle.
Honorable.
Apostle.
Honorable.
As we are wrapping up, that is the kind of vote President Mahama represents. And that is the kind of vote the Ghanaian people give to him. That is the norm. That's the time. See, Apostle. And you know what? Apostle. President Mahama is not interested in which hunting anybody. But once you are corrupt, once you dip your hands in the state.
So the evil that men do leads after them, right?
Leads after them, absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you.
He is the Ghanaians themselves who will be arresting this corrupt guy. That Rambo thing that you are talking about, I'm telling you, the Ghanaians will do it.
Oh my
we have to citizen arrest, or you forgot?
Well, I had an intel from even the Flagstaff House that the current national security minister, Kandapa, was kidnapped at the Flagstaff House. And I don't know the reason yet. It's in the public domain. People were discussing about 2 days ago. I don't know what is happening at the security head of the current president. I'm told he's also having issues and all that. So
they were arresting. They were kidnapping because the still money that they were transferring in those bars from the National Security Authority or Secretariat or something. Those money, they are not individual money, so they are Ghanaian money.
Amazing.
And Apostle, see, me, as I'm talking to you, there are several information that have come. And I've equally dispatched all those information. Maybe people think that, we are still in government and then we can hide, we can move, we can be moving, but the videos, everything is there. We are monitoring we know everybody knows everybody.
Money day Ghana.
Is Ghanaians who arrest these individuals and hand over to the authorities. But slash getting chopped.
Honorable, thank you very much. We are grateful. See you on the other side. Thank you very much for your time. We spent over 1 hour 30 something minutes. We are so grateful.
God bless you.
Thank you, sir. All right. Time is fast spent. 11 minutes on top of the hour. 8 p.m. GMT. You see, politicians, they can talk. They are talkers. And I like the fact that Honorable Razak Abdul Hussein is a great talker. He loved Ghana with an eternal passion. Chale Muhammad this carry the any said the Honorable Kaindia mu hwe you. They said that wait my man for Honorable to so Honorable
Apostle.
Wait a civilian arrest, yes sir.
Yes.
Okay.
No, a citizen arrest.
A citizen's arrest. I know yes,
yes,
all right. All right, thank you very much. Where your friend citizens arrest. It is who's a bullion van Sibini Kabi name refugee bimne ya see Rao. Hey, Ukra to me to once that I'm here. 1 money here, once the age of Mokwano. We have too much. As I go for a fee, a party be great friend MPP. Then this is some ba na mo be yesa monzo everadi nyankopon be finish it. All right, yan krante ne twa ha. Thank you very much, my producer, co-manager Derek Vandis. Thank you for steering the affairs of this show. The show is important, your favorite current affairs and political show, hosted by your very own, your favorite, the navigator of the airways, Papa Law Perfect. So I came, I saw, and I conquered. Vini. See you. God bless. Good night.
Why you know we have too much?
Papalo Radio. Straight up.
Well, I'm asking the prophets now. Boy, I hope you come a Fanta. All we want is a cool place, so tell them make them give we our space, so we not fi pay the school fees, so Charlie and Bess, I know they watch this, so where they go on no Ghana, where they go on no Ghana. Our leaders stuck to wheel, tired they suffer, we tired they suffer. Where they go on no Africa, where they go on no Africa. Our leaders stuck to wheel. What be the way forward? What be the way forward? Where they go